You took a while to load, mister. Wow. Wow. All right, let's switch some settings here, and we'll get ready to do some Sunday morning gaming. I'm gonna pick this bitch up from where we last left off, which was you ladies getting your asses handed to you by somebody. I think somebody died. I'm not sure. Somebody of non-importance.
Almost.
Right? Somebody who wasn't important almost passed away. You guys managed to, where are we at here? So we're back in the town of New Haven. The gist of the adventure was you guys chased somebody through the library, through the swamps, and then out into the river that leads into the Bay of New Haven. From there, you noticed that he had made the escape and he was heading toward the swamps. And so you guys decided to regroup, hit town, get some mounts or something along those lines, and sort of give chase to this guy into the swamps. Doing so, you needed to swing back to town and pick up some supplies and the lot. So, 1 second. While I burp off camera, because nobody wants to hear that shit. We are going to start in the town of New Haven. Let's see. I just want to figure out, it's been 2 weeks in real time for the lot of us. So, but game time, I want to say it's been a day, maybe. You guys are welcome to spend the night and possibly pick up Thazit in the morning if that's what you wanted to do. Or you could head off with Guard Sergeant Rufus Surf of the Red Plumes.
I'd leave that.
I think Rufus is going to stick with this particular case until the end of this this particular conundrum. Plus, I'm sure Thazit just needs the extra time to relax and reacquaint himself with being alive again.
With breathing?
Well, I mean,
yeah.
We could weekend with Bernie as him.
Yeah.
Nice. Give me 1 second to make sure that this channel is actually up and recording for prosperity once more. Our fellow comrade in arms, Claw, is not with us today because of work. Not sure when he will be returning to this deal. So smash the channel button and make sure that it looks like we're good to go. Looks like we're pumping out some stuff here. Cool. All right. Never what Special Officer Doofy. Special Officer Doofy reporting. Is that Rufus? Rufus Surf is
yes, it is.
Yeah, right on.
Call Roofy for short.
So while you guys, when you head back into town, Rufus, do you have gonna just drop
just
you
tailed
guys
off.
Right into
you just
the
kind of.
map.
Is Gary fading in and out, or is that just me?
I'm hearing him too, or not hearing him too.
His
Okay.
audio or just
just him. He's cutting in and out.
Could be that my gate is set too high. I'll try and lower my gate a little bit.
It's like every third word kind of drifts off.
That's right. You open your gape. What?
No, it looks like it's too low.
What?
Don't.
Hello, Jesus.
Yes, you called.
Come in, Jesus.
Hello, Gary. You've been a bad boy.
Wow.
Papa, can you hear me?
That's nothing new. I'm always a bad boy. Somebody spank me.
all that misspent time as an altar boy when you were a kid.
Right. So, Rufus, what are you going to be doing in town? You've come back to town to get some supplies.
Rufus is he's stationed back with the rest of the Red Plumes, reporting to I can't remember her name, but reporting to Chief there.
Lead Burl.
That's the one, and reporting back to her, and then trying to secure some mounts in that from the Red Plumes themselves to carry on with the investigation.
Oh,
is Rufus the rookie cop, or is he the aged senior veteran who's just trying to fill out the last of his duty.
Is he getting too old for this shit? No, he's the rookie cap.
Okay.
Okay, so you approach Knight Elide Bureau. You explain the situation. Also, too, I think I got to pull up my PDF and see. You guys, I believe, you received some materials that we didn't really go over last time. Let me see if I can do open this one here. I'll scroll down to the bottom. Now, you have a couple of the books, remember? I don't know if you guys remember this or not, but...
Yeah, we got Thad's, what the fuck is his name? Cockburn's book, and we got the rich
Wizard
guy's book.
Conunderdoodle?
That's right. Yes.
Yeah, was it Canoodle-Doodle or was it the other guy?
Yeah, it was Conunderdoodle. The book,
It was,
the
okay, the wizard
remaining
then.
book... Yes, the remaining book is the book of Sir Harold Walmsley. He is back up on his perch. You see him as you're talking to Knight Elide Burrell down there. Him and Lady Eliza Walmsley have this sort of worried look on their face a little bit, I want to say. You know, they're sort of peeking down, checking out what's going on. He's got this look of anxiety on his face, like... You know, and he almost sort of looks at you for a second with the idea that maybe he's beckoning you to come and have a chat with him there, Rufus. But you're taken up with Knight with the lead Burl. So you want to roll me some charisma and see if you can't persuade her to your cause. Although I know you guys are both red plumes, I'm going to say this is going to be an easy check. Wow, that's a duff. Have you got any charisma bonus?
Oh, no.
Okay, so a lead looks at you, and she kind of scoffs, and she says, Listen here, Rufus. If you cannot perform your tasks without the aid of the red plume, I'm afraid that your training was not on par. Now, listen, go down. You've got a book in your hand right there. You've secured it. I can see it plain as day. Maybe she doesn't say that. I don't know if she could see it or not. But she's like, maybe Tad has some horses, but I'm afraid that I cannot let you use the cavalry, so to speak. You never know when the town might need some defending. Surely you can chase one scruffy mongrel through the swamps. Now, get to it, man. She scolds you a little bit, tells you to beat it.
All right. Well, he knows better than to lip off to the sergeant at arms there. So he follows his directions. Goes sees Tad Aslap there.
What a bitch.
Wow, that is stiff, mister. Charles, where is Brudner? Let's see.
I don't know. He was picking up his armor last. You might be over
Okay.
that ways.
You're going to go down and hang out by... did I go to the wrong end of town? I did, too.
Over here.
Here we go. Kerplunk. Drunk as usual, you stumble over the fence. You fall face first into the grass, the dirt around Jack Blacksmith's forge. He laughs a little bit. Whoa, dude, I totally know how it's been. Yeah, what's up? He beckons you over. He's like, look what I did. And so he hands you these pauldrons back, your chest plate or whatever, your chain shirt that you have. He's like, man, check this out. I totally forged this, dude. He sort of sounds like Theo for some reason. Maybe I don't really remember my Jack Blacksmith voice, but he's like, he gets all crazy up in your face. He's like, man, this is the sweetest stuff ever. And he starts pointing at the things. He's like, look at the pontoon of my rontoons right here. And he's showing you the different little bits and pieces of your armor. And he hands you your shirt back, your chain shirt, and it is now +2 armor.
Sweet.
Yeah, dude, is there anything else that I could do for you? Maybe you need some leather padding, some assless chaps. Maybe you need some sockless toes, some toeless socks. What do you want? He kind of gets a little crazy there for a bit.
No, I'm good.
Oh.
I mean, like, didn't we just come out of the sewer and we're covered in sewer and like worm guts?
Yeah, you probably do actually have a bit of shit and paste and spittle from the creatures on you.
Where's your water trough?
He points around the corner, and
Okay,
he's
I'm
like,
gonna
"Man,
go
perhaps you
sluice.
want to clean off." But he's like, "Dude, I don't know if I want your filth in my water trough." Kerplunk.
Oh snap!
Okay.
He's like,
I will pull a pot out of my cooking set and go, I'll use this.
oh, all right, okay. So you're gonna go over here and clean off a little bit.
Yeah.
Scoop water with your
Appearances
pot
matter.
out of the water trough.
Yeah.
All right. So we're not going to make any
Worm
rolls
chunks in
with
my
you.
hair. I was in a ooze. I was in a cube that was vaguely gelatinous.
Sure. You know what? Seeing as such, I'm going to say that you're going to make a wisdom check or an intelligence check, your choice, to see, or give me a check to see how much of this goop you can actually get off with this stupid pot while you're here. Let's see how
That's
much
a 90
stank.
That's a wasted roll.
Wow. Okay, that's
I pull up my
fantastic.
grooming kits.
Right, and you start trimming your pubes. You know, wow, good job. All right, so because you rolled so well on that, I'm going to give you an easy check on your next roll that pertains to charisma. So just keep track of that. Seems how you've cleaned yourself up so well. You're spruce, man. You're shaved. You're trimmed. You're looking svelte for somebody that just came
Fresh
out. And
armor.
and
Yeah.
Jack's not even mad, bro. He's not even mad. He keeps one eye on you as he's pounding his metal at the blacksmith there. But yeah, he's pretty happy with you too.
I'll go over to him and go, hey man, and I'll hold out my fist to give him some respect knuckles.
All right, he receives those respect knuckles with some solid reverse respect knuckles, and then he gives you some. You know how every one of them ends with like if you're like, have you guys watched Survivor, the last Survivor, season 40?
Nope.
No.
Yeah. Anyways, the two cops did the whole respect knuckles, but when they were finished, they made finger guns and shot each other, and that was their gimmick. So
medieval.
Yeah, but
guns.
did Brudner remember to take his punching glove off when he did that?
I was gonna say, like,
oh.
I was deciding whether or not to set it off or not, but I say no. He did a good job.
Wow, I can't believe you would thunder punch fucking Jack Blacksmith.
Well, it's technically a palm, so if I gave him a high five, it might have mattered.
Okay, yeah, fantastic. Yeah, because it's more of a bitch slapping than a punching thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right on. All right, so Jack Blacksmith, he's pretty happy with you, man. He's like, thanks, bro. I appreciate the business, man. Come back anytime. And
sure.
he just turns around after giving you the old high five Aruski, or the old finger punch there, the hand punch, the knuckle punch, whatever you want to call that sucker. And then he finishes it with almost as if he's flexing to show you his muscle, but his hand sort of somehow awkwardly becomes the hammer, the shape of a hammer. Like he does some weird thing. So that's his finishing move. He gives you the hammer shape.
He puts on a hammer pants.
Daryl, I love that I can hear you so well, and it freaks me out every time you talk because I feel like somebody's come into the channel. All right, so we're going to leave you there, and we're going to pick it up with Darren. What is Darren doing when he comes back into town?
Darren, as he heads into town, we're gonna go retcon a bit. There's water at the edge of town. He's gonna meander off away from prying eyes, and he's just gonna go and take a dip in there. Best way to clean up. Take off his leather armor, and just take a swim. Then he's gonna get out, get dressed, clean up the armor, and head back into town. Oil up his armor, so it doesn't maintain it. Same with the oil on his weapons. Get it all cleaned up, clean the grit off, and then we got to make haste. So he's gonna grab a couple rations, and then I guess meet up with everybody. I mean, we don't have time to do anything else. We're just supposed to come in here, get our shit, and go, right?
Oh, you can do whatever you like. If you want to spend the night, get some rest.
I don't know if we were supposed to do that. Okay, all right. Well, I'm gonna go and check in. What he's gonna do is gonna hit up on Chump Check and see about his. He had money saved up for that building.
Okay, you're gonna have to refresh my memory on that. As you
I was looking to either build either acquire an existing shop so I can make my own Boyer Fletcher shop. You know what I mean? Buy one that maybe somebody was getting rid of in town, or buy a small plot of land and have one built.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I'd talked to him about it a couple times so far.
All right. I'm doing a thing down at the end of town here. Just give me half a second.
Basically, it would be my home too. You know, like kind of like the either the workshop,
Excuse me.
like the counter in the front entrance, and other downstairs is my workshop, and the top floor would be my I guess my bedroom, my private quarters.
Okay, I gotcha. I was looking for something down in my maybe it's under my buildings. I don't know where it is. Large burnt building. I had some stalls or something like that. Various market pieces. I think might be it.
Just give him that cart.
And then I'll head to the, and afterwards I'll go for a drink and a beer. I'll go for a beer and some grub
All
at the
right.
tavern. After all that's settled.
How do I grab this thing now? There it is. I'm going to turn it this way. We're going to drop it right down here. We're going to lock this in place. You're talking to Chumpcheck, and he looks over at you. He's like, "Hello, friend. It's been a while since I've seen your face in town." Just kidding. It's only been a day or so. How are things? Do tell.
Not bad. Oh, it could be a little bit better, but yeah, I'm still hoping to make a business and be an entrepreneur in your town. I think there's a market for arrows and bows and woodworking in general, and I know it's spoken about that a while back, and I was hoping we can come to a resolution.
Really? I see. Well, as you've been gone, I've been trying to procure some of the, some place for you. I've been looking around, and the town is growing, but there isn't really quite room yet for. I see that you want to set up a bower shop, but maybe at the edge of town. I could set up a little market stall, maybe just get you started, something along those lines. But as far as vacancy goes, the town of New Haven is quite full at the moment. Make a charisma check on Chumpcheck. And hugely, please.
All right, and add that or an empty plot of land, and I'll build it there. I don't want a small little shack there. I want a place where I can live.
All right.
19, fuck you, 20. That's a 20. Actually, no, it's a 19. It's a 19.
Now I got to build another fucking map. Okay, so you and Chumpcheck are walking down the street a little bit, and as you come up sort of towards where Tad Aslap's shop is, Cockburn's Groceries, you see that he's kind of steering you towards this little shit market stall down in the back, this little open, breezy tent with a carpet that he's laid down, and he's sort of pointing you towards this thing. he's instilling upon you the virtues, or the nice parts of having a marketplace with an open breeze, and lots of windows and open sunshine, and. You kind of stop him sort of as you're getting there, and I don't know what it is that you say to Mayor Chumpcheck, but as the two of you are having your little conversation, he sort of stops midstream, and then just sort of immediately turns around and realizes that that's not what you're looking for. Oops, I'm going to drop him back off over there, and he turns around and walks you back to the mayor's office, and he's like, "You know what? Let me look into this a little bit more, Darren. A man of your virtuosity and room or what's the word I'm looking for here? Your
reputation.
Reputation. That's the word. Thank you, sir. I'll give you a hero coin for that here in a second because I get stuck on words sometimes because I'm dumb. But he's like, yes, a man of your reputation and such probably deserves something a little more prosperous, a little more, with some backing, some oomph behind it, so to speak. So yes, give me a day or so, and I'll find you a plot of land with a nice little setup somewhere, even if I have to kick somebody out. And he gives you a little nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Much obliged, Mayor. Thank you. Looking for a shop and also, at the same time, a place where I can stay close to my goods and lay my hat down. So, thank you.
Yeah, any thoughts of maybe laying down some roots, spreading your seed, so to speak?
Well, this is a nice town, and I wouldn't mind settling here. You've got yourself a nice little town here, Mayor. Worth protecting and making sure it prospers, if you know what I mean. Great town.
Damn it. I don't know where she is.
I'm giving him some high rep points there, praising the man. Should give me a bonus on my fucking next roll. I don't know what this fucking town would be without you, Mayor. They should be lucky to have you, if you know what I mean.
I think he agrees wholeheartedly. I cannot find...
As your nose turns more brown.
Really, eh?
Damn it, I'll look for it. But he says to you, I couldn't quite find it. I was trying to introduce you to Mayor Chumpcheck's daughter. And he's like, yeah, a man of your reputation looking to lay down seeds in this town would be great for the place, I think. So, listen here, I've got a bit of a proposition for you then. Maybe if you're interested, I could set you up on a lovely date, an evening meal on me, perhaps, when you finish your next adventure and you've got some free time with my daughter, Tinklewanda.
What is she, 500 pounds? And she's like, I'm asking Gary, that's not him. Is she 500 pounds and like a big bad Bertha?
She's a lovely lady. That's what he says to you.
No, oh my God, I didn't say that out loud, but I'm thinking in my mind, Shallow Hal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, just think, man, you'd have access to the mayor, like, full on.
Yeah, well, as long as she's worthwhile. Okay.
She
whatever,
is
I mean, I'll...
a lovely, lovely lady, and I am sad that I cannot find her card, or her, whatchamacallit. I know I have it here somewhere, but I'm not going to go rooting for it forever. Okay, so, yeah, that's cool. All right, Chumpcheck is going to look into getting you a place. Is my mic still fading in and out, or is it sort of cleared itself
No, you're
up?
good. You're better now.
I'm going to move you down here.
Yeah,
you've
Darren
seen
would gotten some food and stuff, and had a quick beer, and then met up and see what the other guys are doing.
All right, so the three
See
of
if we're
you
staying the
group
night
up.
or leaving.
You end up outside of Cockburn Grocery talking to Tad Asleps a little bit here, and he kind of comes around the corner. He's looking at you, and 1 second. Got to get the gargly phlegm out of my my throat, and I don't like doing that on air. So here we go. Tad Aslep comes around the corner. He looks at you, and he's like, oh, you fucking guys again. Are you kidding me? You guys are like herpes, man. The second I think I got rid of you, you come back around. He's like, what do you want now? And he looks at you, Rufus.
I don't know why he's pissed at Rufus. He doesn't even know Rufus.
Oh, he's
I
not
was
pissed.
there that time.
He's
Don't fuck around with the town guard, man. Have his ass arrested.
Yeah, this kind of seems like you're lipping off at the town guard there, pal. That's at an authoritative figure.
So he was talking to the party in general, but he just sort of points to Rufus because you're the town guard. You're pretty much the only one of the two of them that he wants to talk to. Right?
That sounds like somebody's
Rufus
just changed real quick.
How did you get yourself tangled up with these two puds? These two butt knockers.
Well, we're assisting. I've been assigned to assist in an investigation for some missing books, which I believe one of which is yours.
Oh, really? And he recites the name of the book. He's like, you found, I don't remember the name of the book. Insert name of book here. In your journeys, in your travels, and he's kind of like,
we found a book of some sort, but we're also here to procure some mounts to carry on with this investigation, and we were sent to your direction to procure those mounts. As a proprietor who supplies the mounts for the red plumes, we thought we would come and see if you had any mounts for us to use for this investigation.
Absolutely. You've procured my most prized possession, Ren of the Blade. His memoirs, the book of his memoirs. Well, that is fantastic, my friend. And he reaches out and gives you a pat on the shoulder, pulls you in for a little bit of a side-by-side man hug. And he's like, right this way. Unfortunately, this is only one side of Minnie. And he's like, I'll give you my finest steeds. And then he snaps at this old man, and he realizes that it's Theo and not his like little apprentice helper. Sorry, Theo. And Theo's like, no problem. And he wanders back over here, where he's supposed to be, because fucking Theo. Let me lock Theo in place because he's being a bitch and trying to go up in the air. We'll just scooch him back over here. Now I'll probably never be able to get him out of there again. Should have thought about that a little better. And Tad goes off and grabs you some horses. He snaps his fingers. The little boy peeks his head out of Cockburn Groceries, runs around the back, and comes out with a couple of fine steeds. Badunk.
Did he have missing pages in the book?
Yes, there was missing pages in the book.
I'll say Rufus. Ask him about the missing pages.
F8. This
His
is
favorite book. You might know what they were.
0.38. Okay, there's 2 horses, and I even have a brown spotted one. Right, so
Did you do it?
there we go. 3 sweet steeds arrive. Excuse me.
The sweetest of steeds.
The sweetest of steeds, followed by a small boy who brings you these horses. He stands in front of Tad. Tad looks at the horses, looks at you, holds his hand out. He's like, "Please, could the book, kind Rufus."
Yep, Rufus hands of the book, but also mentions, just like Brunner had said there appears to be some pages that are missing from here. Do you any idea what these missing pages detailed?
All right, so he's slowly flipping through the pages, trying to look through it. Like the pages that are cut out, you almost wouldn't notice. They were cut out with like a sharp knife. So as he looks through this book, he says he looks through this book and he's 1 second. God damn, I'm phlegmy today. He's like, yes, right here, and he points to the pages where the books are cut out, and he's like, you see here how they're talking about. Renda the Blade is talking about being instrumental in defeating Tyranthraxis, an entity who had possessed a bronze dragon that at one time had ruled a far-off town. And he names some town on the map. I don't have the map of Alfheim in front of me, and in this adventure, it's the town of Flan, but you're in the town of Flan. Really. So he's like, yes, Renda the Blade was instrumental in defeating Tyranthraxis, an entity who had possessed a bronze dragon in one of the nearby towns some time ago. But he participated in the defeat of Tyranthraxis, who subsequently, it is rumored, fled to a pool of magic located beneath a long-lost structure inside the town. It does not quite say. So I think that my memory is fading, but I'm pretty sure that's what was in this book here. The pages that are missing reference some kind of mystical pool of magical energy, and I don't know why I sound like this suddenly. I like to channel my inner Rena the Blade. Ha ha! And then he takes a step back. He's like, sorry about that. All right, so yeah. That's what seems to be missing out of this book. Some kind of deity, demon, spirit, entity kind of thing. Quite unsure. Was looking or had fled to some kind of magical pool. That's what is missing from this book. I've read it many times, and that is what I can tell you.
Oh, you've been most helpful, Mr. Staslop. We're going to carry on with our investigation, and once we've resolved, we'll return your steeds.
Appreciate that. I'm going to take a screenshot because this is actually kind of a cool picture. Alt, print screen. So you are in the process of talking to Tad, Rufus. The two of you are having a nice civil conversation while Darren and Brudnir, are in the background. He's constantly looking up at them, glancing back at them, and he's like, hey, what happened to that fuck-knuckle Fazit that was part of your stupid crew? And he says that to Brudnir.
Dead.
Huh? Where did that asshole go to? What happened to his
Graveyard.
what? Oh. He just puts his head down and he's like, my apologies, and then he just walks back to his shop.
Sounds,
Not realizing that he was speaking ill of the dead. My
Shut
apologies.
down.
Yeah, no way. Make it feel that big. Talk ill of the dead. Shame on you, miscreant.
Oh wow! All right, so I'm gonna dole out some tokens here. We're gonna give one to Brudnir for that fucking he's dead play, and I'm gonna give one to Sir Rufus because Rufus needs one. And Darren, you can fucking suck it, buddy.
No. Were you referring, by the way, to the pools of radiance before?
Possibly the pools of magical power. That's all I know. What is this radiance that you speak of?
No, this is out of game. This is out of game. I think I recognize the what you're talking about. Okay, cool.
Yes, inside pools of radiance is what it's from. The actual D&D thing that I've converted this from.
I read those books.
Yeah, I played the video games back when I was a kid. The actual Pool of Radiance video game on Commodore 64.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like in the 80s when I was 8 years old or 10 years old.
We're the same age, Gary. I had the same fucking thing.
Right? Yeah, like good old Commodore. What was it? Strategic SSI, Strategic Simulations Incorporated, or something like that. Came out with all those wicked shit D&D games. I gotta find those and then do an emulator. I think something along those lines. Okay, so he tells you that that's what is going on. That whoever took these books cut out the pages that detail something to do with some kind of mystical pool of magic. Ren of the Blade was influential in defeating Tyranthraxis, some kind of entity that had enough power to possess a bronze dragon. And he was in search of some kind of magical pool of magical prowess. Okay, my coffee for some reason is delicious today, and I keep sipping on it. So he gives you the 3 horses, and he thanks you, Rufus, for your time. He apologizes for speaking ill of Thazit, and he just sort of walks back to the shack, and he's like, F you guys, I'm done here, and he just disappears into the house. So, Brudnir, you hop on your horse. What are you doing?
Which way are we headed? Do we have the other book to return right now?
You could return the other book to
Wonder Canoodles.
Yep.
Jack Blacksmithy, Philistrum Wonder Condoodle. Let me see here. I just need to find the page. So you guys make your way across town. It's not far. It's down the street a little ways to Wizard Kernunderdoodle. And I'm trying to find out where in this book.
Now that one was missing pages too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
No. What exactly did I miss? Because I know we procured horses.
This book is a treatise.
Oh, we're heading over to Wonder Canoodle to return his book and probably get some more information about the missing pages.
Yeah, that's it. Because I know we had the 2 books with the missing pages. The other one we figured it out, right?
Yeah, we got it here. It's Ren of the Blade defeated the dude Tyranthraxis. That possessed a bronze dragon and fled to a pool of magic somewhere in the lost part of town.
Okay, so he's probably, the whole point of this is, he's using it to bolster his magic or his whatever nefarious deeds.
Yeah, so we get to see what's in this missing in these pages and put this puzzle together.
So basically we intercept him, we kill him, we jump in the pool. We're okay. Come back, demigods. I like this plan.
Flawless, if you ask me.
Excuse me.
You're excused, Gary.
Thanks, pal. I
Gary.
don't see, anywhere in the adventure here that this book is missing pages. But anyways, let's make up some bullshit then. You approach Philistrum Wondercondoodle. He's standing outside of his shop, sweeping off the front door. Once again, as you guys approach his shop, you have this sort of flashback to the inside of the shop. And as you're looking at the outside of his little tower, you're really kind of wondering to yourselves how it is that it's so big on the inside, yet so small on the outside. He's sweeping the front of his steps off, and unlock Philistrum.
And why looks like the tip of a dog's dick?
As you approach, he's like, "Hello, friends. What brings you back to Philistrum, Wondercadoodle's shop of antiquities and strange things and stuff? Whatchamacallits?" And he looks at you. He looks at you, Brudner, because he's met you before. He's like, "Brudner, yeah, it's good to see you again, my friend. Did you find my book?" "Hello, fucko. Hello. I'm talking to you." And he walks up and he pokes you right above, like, your pubic bone, because he's kind of small. He was kind of aiming for your belly, but he almost sort of pokes you right in the pecker tip.
We found your book.
"You found my book. Wonderful, wonderful. Please." And he holds his hand out.
Not so fast.
"What? Come
Questions?
now. Property. It's my property.
Well, I'll open it up to the missing pages.
Don't tell me that you scumbags are trying to renegotiate the original deal. I have a signed contract, you fucks."
No, we're not trying. We're not trying to
Shut up!
negotiate. Some of these pages were missing, taken by somebody else, and we're hoping you could shed some light as to what they were. As you're a very smart, wizardly type. You would know what's missing from this book.
All right. Well, how do you expect me to find what's in the book if you're not willing to return it, you stupid asshole? Come now.
We have it in our hand, right?
What's that?
Okay, I'll let Brendan go.
Can we go inside, or do you want to look at your book out here in the fresh air?
Well, I was in the middle of sweeping, and if it's just missing pages that you're interested in, I'm sure I could quite handedly, explain to you what's not in the book in a matter of moments outside. No reason to go inside.
What's going on in there?
Nothing.
Does Rufus need to go in there?
Experiments. Have you ever had your face ripped off by a Cantor beast?
I don't know that song.
Exactly.
Look at this book, please.
Oh. Okay. So he takes the book and he starts skimming through it. Before he does so, as he opens the pages, he inhales deeply. He's like, "The Weave, a practical observance of impractical occurrences. What a lovely book. Smells like magic." He's immediately sort of aroused a little bit, and he starts skimming through the pages quite briskly with his little fingers. In fact, it's sort of almost uncanny how fast he can sort of skim through these pages with his tiny fingers, as if he sort of casts some spell. His fingers speed over the pages at an incredible rate. You can just hear them fluttering, and it almost kicks up a little bit of a breeze as his hair sort of flows backwards as he skims through this book. His fingertips shine a light sort of blue color. Here we are! And immediately, like almost as if you put the brakes on in your car at 100 and you come to a complete stop. That's what his fingers do in this book. Just kabam! Pages stop flipping. The air immediately drops, and he points. He's like, "These pages right here. Well, it would seem that somebody is interested in powering up one of the mystical pools of magic and possibly summoning a powerful dragon, maybe a demon of some kind." Hello, I'm talking to you, fuckos.
I'm listening.
Well, I've told
Didn't
you
want
what
to
is
interrupt
missing.
you.
No, I'm done. Sorry. I'm not very, I've so many years in solitude. My social skills are really kind of lacking. So, sorry about the
Would you
fuckos
be able to
comment.
shed some creature? Would you be able to elaborate a bit more? Would you know anything?
Well, I mean, the pools of magic are quite powerful indeed. They say that they are the source of the weave, the magic that encloses the entire world, gives us our strange mystical powers. So, if somebody could access one of these things, it is said that you could draw powerful entities from the different planes of existence.
A demonic dragon, eh?
Maybe not a demonic one, but maybe you could pull the dragon mother herself from her plane of existence. The ruler of
Right.
all dragons.
Oh, I think, this might be a little bit out of our fucking wheelhouse. I don't know. I just look at everybody else, like, look at the chat. I'm like,
Philistrum looks at the three of you and he's like, definitely out of your wheelhouse. It's amazing that you've survived this far.
would you like to join us?
Fuck no. Really? That would be like taking 3 babies into the wilderness.
I actually look at him seriously. Is there anything, any way you can help us with this somehow with your great knowledge of the arts arcane? Is there anything you can do to help us protect us in this quest? I have a feeling we're going to be coming up against some very powerful adversaries.
Or something to dispel the magic if it comes down to it.
Yes, exactly. Any aid you could help us with or offer, we'd be
Or how to
grateful
use
for.
the pool itself.
Any knowledge or items.
Brundir, make me a charisma check, seeing as how it's on you, buddy. You know, the three of you are speaking up. Doodle is like, well, let me think here, and he starts rubbing these little whiskers on his chin. He's like, no, out of my league. Goodbye. He turns around and walks into his house. The door closes behind him, and he disappears.
I can't reach out to him and say, come on, please. Throw a brother a bone here.
Listen, I appreciate you returning my book, but, I mean, what do you want? Do you want me to come along and do your job for you? Seriously, what's in it for me?
No, just the sanctity and protection of the town. All we're looking for is some insight. Any which way you could help us would be greatly.
Well, I've just helped you.
Appreciate
I've told you what the pool of magical sustenance is all about.
Mm-hmm.
Do you really think that I want to get involved with the mother of dragons coming down? The mother of all dragons, with the Tiamat? Do you really think I want to be involved with dragging her from her plane of existence, bringing her spirit and stuffing it back into the prime material plane, causing chaos and destruction? Fuck no. I'm going to get back in my house. I'm going to read my book. I'm going to row my Cantor beast, and then I'm going to... no, never mind what I'm going to do with my Cantor beast.
Right, fuck this shit.
Listen, maybe there is one thing I could do. Roll me a charisma check. Let's see how well you
All
do,
right.
Darren.
I'll try. What's
Perhaps.
the odds I'll roll 2 good ones in a fucking row? Probably not be shite. Right. Nah. Oh well. I tried.
Yeah, he walks back towards his house. You roll shite. He's like, it's amazing that you've come as far as you have. He goes into his house and he comes back out with a couple healing potions and gives you guys a healing potion each. Best I can do. I'm afraid that my Cantor beast is growing hungry and in need of some attention. Now, fuck off.
Have at it. Right.
And-
have a nice day.
Thanks for returning my book. You're my favorite. Come by anytime. Anytime you need help. I'm here for help. All right, get out of here. Why are you standing here? I need to sweep my mat off.
All right.
All right. So next on the agenda, we're going to scoot back around to good old Rufus. Rufus, Philistrum is happy. Oh, I think you guys get some cash money, don't you, for returning the book?
Sure.
Yeah, I just don't remember those numbers. Are there under thousands notes?
I think it was like 1,000 GP.
No, I think I'm going to give you 100 coin for both. So 200 coins for your books, or for returning them, 100 coin from each one of them.
So that's 200 apiece.
No, 200 in total, divided by 3. You can do the math on that. I can't see in my notes here where it's at. So yeah, you guys are Rufus.
66.
What are you guys doing? What is Rufus doing? Can't seem to for some reason to collect.
Rufus is going to. I think he's just going to start getting the horses ready, and we got to go find the Bill Magoo there for passes through the swamp to carry on the investigation.
Sorry, what do you, Bill Magoo?
Yeah, well, that's what I got in the notes from last game.
Gary doesn't remember his own fucking NPCs.
Dude, it's been 2 weeks, man. I'm fucking 50. My memory's not what it used to be.
We need to pursue the criminal. We need to see Bill Magoo, Swamp Guide for Passage.
Okay. What is going on? Why can I not select you guys? Unlock.
Because we're unselectable.
Unlock. There, I got everybody. I grab onto you. I shake you into a pile. I move you out to the edge of town. As you guys are making your way to the outskirts of town, Brudner, did I send you to talk to Walmsley? Or was it Darren?
Yes. I had talked to Walmsley once. That ended oddly.
Okay. So as you're walking out of town, you see Walmsley up on his roof. He disappears into the house, and then as you're walking by, you see him standing in the alleyway outside of his house here. And he's actually quite big. I don't know why he's so big, but whatever. He calls you over. He's got his head sticking out the door, let's say. He's like, psst, psst. And he's pointing to you and trying to get your attention.
Okay, I'll go for it.
As you approach, Walmsley steps out of the alleyway and he kind of looks around. He's like, that was some villainous treachery, my friend. Now, I don't suppose, good old chap, that you've procured my book? He says with a smile.
Not yet.
Come on, you fuck! And he grabs you by the scruff of your neck. He's like, I need that book back immediately.
Let me check my pockets. And I pull out my finger. I don't have it yet.
All right, so he pushes you back into the alley a little bit, and he's like, you find that book and you bring it back here immediately. ASAP. I don't have time to F around with your shit. Find that book. His demeanor has changed quite a bit since he was his jovial self. He's like, that book... What's that?
That's right. This is Walmsley, right?
Yes. He's the guy that sits up on top, and he's always like
the
spitting
mayor.
down at you.
Yeah.
Right? He's like, peasants.
Oh, sorry.
He's that guy. But
He's the guy that pissed on Darren 1000.
Yes, the rich motherfucker. Sorry.
Yeah,
Go on.
with Brudner.
So,
Sorry,
yeah,
Gary.
in the secrecy of this little alley here that you're standing in, his demeanor's changed. Yeah, you can tell that this book means a lot to him. Is really what he's getting at. Like, he wants this book back in the worst way. But seeing as how you don't have it, he threatens you a little bit. He's like, listen, if you don't come back with that book, I will make sure that you never see another dime from the town again. I will have you driven out. I will even go so far as to blame you for things nefarious and have you hung by a lead burl. Do you understand?
No, not really. But I'll get the book. It's fine.
He just shakes his head. And then as he turns around and walks away, make me a wisdom check. Perception is what I'm looking for.
Shift.
You guys are sucking today. I'm loving it. As he turns and walks away, he says something to himself, and you don't quite perceive what it is. And then he just disappears back up into the roof. I think I gotta... And then you can go about your way. And he slams the door behind you, and he's like, get me my book! And then he disappears. Boink! And then I throw you out into the front. Okay, so you guys have received your supplies. You can write down, this is going to be like a 2-day trek into the swamps. You're expecting anyway, a couple of days, right? So you've got a couple of days rations. Is there anything that you guys want to buy in particular that you think might help you in the swamps, starting with Rufus, do you want to buy like a lantern or like a service pack of goods? Do you have stuff already? Bedroll, that kind of thing?
No, well, I mean, it's one would think that's a standard kit that's issued with the Red Plume Guards. So I have to assume that he's got a basic adventurer's kit with him, but he'll get a couple days of rations and grab a lamp. And if he
Okay.
doesn't have that kind of stuff with the Red Plumes, then he'll purchase that basic adventuring kit.
No, you can go raid the Red Plume's stockpile. I'm sure they have some of that stuff. You go into the Red Guard's tower and whatnot, grab yourself a little sack and whatnot, fill it up with some rations, grab yourself a lantern, a bedroll, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Just some general supplies.
Basic kit, yeah.
Sure thing. Brednir, what about you? You've got your armor back.
Yep, I think I have my trapper gear, so I can take that. Maybe just some rations.
Okay. Tad Aslap. Actually, you can just ask Rufus for a couple of rations, and he can pick that kind of stuff up. I don't think he's going to be able to get away with getting a bedroll or any of that kind of stuff. And you will be sleeping in the wilderness for the next couple of days too. So,
I have a tent.
Okay, so you're good. And then finally, Brednir.
Well, I think I just want some rations.
Okay. Sorry. So a couple of coin. Take off a couple of 5 coin. I said Brednir. I meant Darren. But yeah, okay. Take off 5 coin, Brednir, for buying some rations and some odd supplies. Basically, what I'm getting at here, the gist of this point of the adventure is to make sure that you guys can just write down like general survival. And if a scenario comes up where you're like, I'm going to bust out my my thingamajigger of survival, I'm going to say that you would have it, generally speaking, because you've bought the supplies. Darren?
Mm-hmm.
You're a wilderness survival guy yourself. I don't know what kind of materials that you need. Is there anything else you want to pick up in town before we leave?
I would think, well, obviously foodstuffs, perhaps some weather, something for wet travel, right, through swamps and whatnot, and trying to think what more could I use. Maybe some, I don't know, some stuff like wax from. Well, actually, I don't even have a bowstring. That's about it, I guess. And maybe some stuff to protect the weapons from being elements.
Okay. So your list is a little more extensive, so I'm going to say that's going to be like a 10 coin thing. You find some packs, some weaves, some covers, like gun cases for your bow, so to speak, and whatnot, just to protect it from the elements. And
how long, and maybe a map, if there's a map of the area. And at the same time, Gary, how much travel do I anticipate?
a couple of days. It's going to be between 2 and 3 days just to get where you think you're going, and then
horse feed, some bags of feed for the horse, right? They got to eat. Okay.
All right. So Darren becomes the most prepared. Grabs some of that stuff. So let's say that that's going to be about 15 coin worth of stuff.
Shit.
Now these horses have saddlebags and stuff on them, right?
Okay,
so you can fill them up and drop some of your loot in those things.
I'm assuming I get that strictly from Tad. What's his name? Taz or Tad?
Yep. Tad Aslep.
Tad. I get it directly from him.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right.
Okay, so let's drop this guy onto the map.
Okay, to 15 GP. There we go. 22.
Now you said we said his name was Bobby Magoo.
Bill Magoo.
Bill Magoo it is. All right, here we go.
Didn't sound like an impromptu name at all.
No, not at all. 111. There we go. Except old Billy's probably going to be a little bit bigger. As you approach the edge of town, you see a guy standing on the outskirts of it. I'm going to say that he approaches you. He's like, "Hello, my name's Bill Magoo. Walmsley's hired me to take you into the swamps." "Right, let's go."
Does he have a horse too?
No, he does not.
Enjoy walking.
That's what I do. I walk through the swamps. Listen, ladies, I hope you're prepared. You've bought enough supplies to last you. I will be surviving off roots, shoots, tubers, plant life. Would have a fish I can snaggle on my tooth. He's got these 2 great big tusks. He's a large, dark-skinned gentleman with long black hair. And, yeah, he looks like he just lives in the swamp. He actually looks like he's like the Swamp Thing a little bit. You know, he just doesn't have much with him. And
So a basic Florida resident.
a basic witch?
Basic Florida resident.
Right. He's Florida man. He's like, all right, you ready to go? Anybody?
How many
Be afraid
I
to
think we've
answer.
got everything we need to carry on.
Fuck
2-3
around.
days.
Okay.
He's like, I thought my social skills were horrible, and I live alone in a swamp.
Let us be off.
Are you talking to us or your pet?
All right, so
What he does with
are
his pets in his free time is up to him.
leaving town. Oh, wait a second. I should go back to New Haven. And it already cleared itself. Oh, we got an error. Control A, delete, import. Excuse me, jeez. Forest Path 1 leads out of town. You guys spend a few, the first part of the morning walking down the path towards where the swampy area of, off to the, I believe it was to the east of the town of New Haven. It is a lovely forested area that's, takes the bend, comes around the corner. You proceed on your horses. They clip-clop. Oh, let's turn off the sound of Main Street. I wonder if I have a forest. The birds. Forest relaxation. Let's see what this sounds like.
Probably like Enya.
Hey, I'll turn the volume up a little bit. You hear the lovely sounds of the forest. The birds chirping, the fresh air. There's a bard hidden in amongst the trees that suddenly pops out and starts strumming. He's like, Walmsley hired me. He comes up behind you and he's playing his music for a bit of inspiration. I must say that I'm not quite acquired or attuned to playing in the forest. This is some bullshit and yes, not what I signed up for. Goodbye. And he turns and runs away. I can turn that music off. So, you spend the better part of the morning walking along the forest trail. This is the road that leads into the town of New Haven. It's a quiet, morning. Bill Magoo is leading you guys through the trails, down through the roads and stuff like that. You round the bend, and as you round the bend, you come into I want to say the midday of day one. Oh, look at that, finished building without any problems. And you guys are just sort of cruising along, doing your bit. You've got your horses. And you come to the section of road where you recall the cart had broken down. This is a good spot to stop. Bill's like, let's stop here, make some lunch. Time for some grub. And he pulls you and your horses off into this little area over here. Now your horses can go off over in this little area here. For some reason they seem to be having a lot of trouble standing up. They get drunk on the fermented water. There's some apples that have fallen in there. They start frolicking and have sexy time over by this water trough. So Bill Magoo walks up here and he decides that he's going to start a fire. Let's see. I got a bonfire. I got a campfire. I got a wall of fire. Let's see this one. Skaboosh. That ain't it. Bonfire 2. That ain't it. Campfire. Why do we not have... nothing has fire? Campfire.
You're ruining my immersion.
Sorry, guys. I can't find a campfire. I don't know what's going on here. I got a wall of fire. I got a fire elemental. I got everything but a frickin' campfire. Somebody just gave me a campfire. Can't believe I don't have it.
Put it on top of Bill Magoo.
Panel 1, Panel 2, Fog of War? Where the frickin' hell did my... Alright. Okay, so... Bill Magoo makes a fire. Kaboosh. It's a lovely fire. I'm just going to slide this little piece in here, like so. I'm going to drop this down, and voila. Check it out, boys.
Very good.
You're like, that's pretty impressive, Bill. You rubbed your fingers together and started a fire. It's not me first rodeo.
And I just see him pocketing the lighter fluid back in his pocket.
Right? He's got some gimmick in his back pocket. He starts pulling out some raw slabs of meat, grabs a rock from the nearby area, throws it on the fire. After a few minutes, he's unraveling his meats. He's got a little hidden pocket of some spices. He dribbles them over top. And then after a few moments, when the fire gets nice and hot, the rock gets nice and hot, he throws this piece of meat on top of it, and it starts to sizzle. Tss. The smell kicks in. You guys start to salivate as you're eating your shit iron rations. And Bill's poking this thing with a stick that he found. I want to move you guys close to the fire. And, uh-oh. Music Lovely took a shit. Wind in the trees. What's going on here? Fog in the background. Drone in the city. Things are happening. I don't know why it sounds like this, honestly. I don't. Maybe the birds attack. So I'm just playing with my music right now. How about this? How about shut the hell up?
Ouch.
Rufus, what are you doing? What's going on, Rufus? Bill Magoo is cooking up some meat grub for himself.
Okay, well, Rufus is going to being the diligent soldier he is. He's going to do a scout, like a perimeter scout, like a scout around the perimeter of the campsite.
Okay, make me a wisdom perception check.
Well, that's not going to work in our favor. Nope.
Okay, so coast is clear. Describe your failure to me so that I know what it is in your mind that you think is happening.
Well, he's walking around and everything sounds all right. Like he's, there's the not birds chirping, but like crickets in the background, the bullfrogs, burping, whatever it is they do. Everything sounds a-okay. Like there's you can't see too far ahead of him, so ignorance is bliss.
All right.
Kind of like, actually, kind of like that. What? Remember the movie Stand by Me? And then they camped out, and then they each took turns with the gun, and they were on watch. And you got the little fat kid, and he sat there. And he just twitched at every sound. He's like that.
That's you, twitching at all the sounds.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
He's a city guard. He's not a woods guard. That's what we got guys like Darren for.
Okay, excellent. Brudner, what are you doing for lunch?
We're just lunch. We're not camping, right?
Yeah, it's midday on the first day. You guys are 3-4 hours down the road.
Okay. Be just having the rations, but if there's any birds, I'll take a shot at them.
All right, give me a dexterity check and see if you can't shoot one of these crows out of the trees.
It's a 20.
Wow.
Well, that's spent.
Yeah, sharpshooting techs. There is some kind of like turkey that walks out. I don't know if I have a turkey, but or a bird for that matter. What? Oh, here we go. No, that's a skeletal bird. See, kablunk. Check it out. This is what you would have shot had you rolled a 1.
Not a lot of meat on that one.
No, not a lot of meat on that one, but that is not what happened. What happened is a turkey of some kind, a turkey-like bird, rolled out of the bushes just at the opportune moment. Where is Put yourself on the map, Brudner, where you shoot this bird.
By this tree.
All right, so somewhere in this tree, you're standing over here, and you see this bird sort of creep out from behind this rock. You glance over your shoulder, looking at Rufus, who's twitching at every little bird chirp. You're like, how did you not see this delicious morsel of lunch? And you put a hole right through its head. Perfect shot, didn't spoil any of the meat. You immediately set to cleaning it over by this rock. Darren, you're pretty impressed with that. You saw that.
Nice shot. He nods at Brudner, and he's gonna head off a bit and look to see if there's any. He'll do a circuit, but he's looking for anything odd, like out of place, weird tracks. If he happens to come across any game, small animals, anything like that, deer, elk, or even anything bigger, he'll shoot it. Otherwise, he's just looking for anything out of the ordinary.
Okay, make me a
He
wisdom
does-
perception check.
Okay. Let's see here. Done. 15.
Nice. You wander off up into this area up here. You're looking around. You got an uneasy feeling for some reason. And as you're sitting here looking through the trees, you know, you're checking out the grounds. You're sort of being quiet and stealthy yourself. You hear a branch sort of click or snap off in the distance, and it gets your attention immediately. Ooh, did you
Well,
hear
I'm
that?
gonna follow quietly.
Okay, you follow quietly in the direction that it came.
Where? Show me where I am again.
You are over here in this little forest back here.
Okay, I don't want to give myself away, so I'm gonna fire a small shot. It doesn't make noise, I'm assuming, but I'm gonna shoot it at the ground where the campfire, somewhere away from them, but they'll see.
Oh,
Get their
okay.
attention. You see what I mean?
Yep, you're gonna shoot your sort of near your party members.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
gonna shoot into where they're cooking dinner.
Yeah, into the dirt so they don't see it. But they see it, but it doesn't make noise, and they know something's up. The jig's up.
Okay. Let's see if I can. Oops. Grab somebody. Now, somebody said if I hit Alt and minus, I can shrink all of these guys down. And it looks like
Once
it's
that's
working.
done, I'm going to take a ambush position, like in a tree or above a tree. Take cover. It's like you never see an elf in a fucking tree.
That's a first, eh? Okay, I'm going to put these guys like that. And then I am going to do one last thing that I need to do here. Where is my this, my that, and... Oh, he's not there. He's here, and he's near the end. I'm just trying to find one character in specific that is relevant to the story. Where is he? Oh, let me check my table. Maybe he is on my table somewhere, and I do not remember. No, he is not on my table. So, if I do this, there we go. Bada bing, F8, I found him. I'm going to resize him, and I'm going to stick him way down here. No. Oops. Right click. Sorry, gentlemen. I don't even remember if this is his name, but this might be the giveaway that you guys need. Are you guys all size 1-2, by the way? I just want to make sure so that yes, everybody gets sized accordingly. Drop him down. Him down. Her down. And him down. Okay. Here we go. So, these guys, I'm going to say, are hidden in and amongst the trees. Darren, you've made your shot. They are led by this guy. Now, as you've fired an arrow towards your compadres. Bill Magoo, he's still cooking. He's chewing his meat. His meat's ready. You look over, you see him stand there. He's ripping just chunks of this thing off, and he's using his bare hands, less real savage like. This big slab of meat, steaming hot. You can see even in the midsummer morning, the steam's coming off of this thing, and he's just holding onto it with his bare hands, and he's just ripping bits of it off. Every once in a while, he'll take a bit of it, and he'll throw like the piece back down in the rock. It sizzles a bit more, and he sits there and chews. He pulls his wineskin off, and then you shoot an arrow in his general direction. Let's see if you can get his attention. Roll me a dexterity shot towards Bill Magoo. Please roll critical fail and shoot Bill right in the face.
That'd be so funny.
Fuck, that'd be amazing.
That'd be amaze balls.
But it's not going to happen because it's not Thazit.
A 5.
Fucking close. That's a
Right.
9. Sorry, a 10. A 10.
I'm gonna make the table difficulty is down here. Let's switch this up. Let's make this a little bit harder. We're gonna tap this out at a 14, setting the scene number. You shoot your arrow.
Would that be an easy check, though? I'm just hitting the ground.
Yeah, but the problem is you're trying to get Bill's attention, and
Anybody's attention.
right. So your arrow
Meaning
sails
the
off in
items.
their general direction. It lands short. It hits the ground and hits like a soft, spongy piece near them. Your shot's true. It went in their general direction. Nothing bad happens, but it just lands softly in and amongst some mossy brush and just makes the slightest little sort of poof as it hits the ground, not garnering Bill's attention. Who he's chewing food rather loudly, right? He's got it. He's just having a good old time. Old Brudnir, he's ripping feathers off, pulling legs out, cutting things off. Rufus is freaked out in the bush somewhere. I'm not sure where Rufus went to. Oh, he's in the middle of the road over here. Maybe he's taking a whiz over by this tree. But yeah, nobody. You haven't managed to garner the attention of anybody. Let's do a.
I'm hiding in the tree, and if I see them start making their way towards the party or coming to the main room, I'm gonna blast these fuckers.
Okay, so I would like you also to roll me a stealth check. You are going to roll this versus their notice. So
Okay,
I
hold
will
on a
roll
sec.
first, and you need to beat an 11.
Okay. Don't shit the bed. 23.
Okay, so you stealthily make your way up into the trees somewhere. You notice that these guys, all of them, are stealthily moving through the trees. I'm going to say they make it up to somewhere right about in here.
Once I get a clean shot, a clear line of sight with like between trees, I will fire.
Okay, so where is Darren's character? I see.
I'm right here. I'm in the tree, hidden in the tree.
Yep. I'm going to lock you in place. I'm going to hit F8. I'm going to throw you up in the air. Bloop, 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 bloop. And I'm going to put you in this tree somewhere.
Like, I mean, I'm gonna try and size up at least if I can get a clear shot at 1 or 2 or 3, whatever.
Okay, how high up in this tree do you climb?
I would probably be about 10, 15 feet.
Perfect. Okay.
Kind of makes sense.
Sure. Magoo is by the campfire. He's chewing on his food. He's having a great time. He's just making so much noise. He's slurping his wineskin down. He reaches into the fire, grabs his meat, starts chewing up a storm, and he's just having a good old time. Brudnir? No, sorry. Rufus, what are you doing down by this tree here?
Let's see here. Well, not a whole hell of a lot. I mean, I think he's just going to continue his perimeter search. maybe down here a little bit,
Okay.
somewhere in there.
All right. Roll me a notice check.
That's a
Wow.
16.
Nice. You notice that Darren has disappeared. Darren is nowhere to be found. You thought you saw him wandering around somewhere in the north, but he's just gone. Like, you don't know where he's at. He said he was going to go do a perimeter search, and he just sort of disappeared.
Huh. Well, that's bizarre. Hey, Brunner, you notice anything odd? Like, where the hell's Darren?
Brednir,
No.
you can make me a notice check, but you're gonna make it at at a hard. It's gonna be a hard check. You're sort of focused on cutting your bird up here and trying to get your lunch on the go.
That's a 20. He's
Oh,
right
you
there.
Fucking.
Actually, it doesn't beat bias to hard check. It's not opposed.
That is hilarious. Okay, so Brudnir turns around. I'm going to say that Brudnir notices the arrow. As you turn around, you see it sticking out of the ground over by Bill Magoo. And then you just sort of keep looking in a straight direction past the arrow, and you see Darren standing up in a tree up there. And then just immediately point in his general direction. He's like, yeah, he's up in that tree right there, is what you say to Rufus. Rufus, you're like, what tree? And as you sort of step over here onto the trail, I'm not going to move you because I don't want to take away your whatchamacallit. He just points in that general direction. He's like, he's up in a tree there.
And when I see him, does he do anything? Daryl?
We'll get to that in a second. Rufus,
Okay.
Yeah,
you sidestep out.
no, Rufus is. Yeah, he's just going to sidestep out, could kind of get a clearer view of the tree. Obviously, you missed it.
Okay.
And look up and kind of give him the old, the old red plume salute.
All right. Darren, what are you doing?
I am launching once I see these guys in view. Like if I see them now, I have a clear line of sight. I'm going
Okay.
to fire.
So what I was getting at is you're looking at these guys. You're not looking at Brudnir and Rufus. That's cool. I'm going to stick with that story. So Rufus, you see him up in the trees. To answer your question as well, Brudnir, you see him up in the trees. He's not looking at you. He's looking at something in the bush. I'm assuming, has his bow drawn, and he's pointing at something in the trees over here. You're not thinking anything of it. I'm going to say...
He'll know in a second.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I mean, Brudnir, you just went over here and shot yourself a turkey. Maybe he's shooting a turkey. Kind of weird that there's an arrow by Magoo and that he's up in this tree and he's pointing at something over there. But
Well,
let's see.
I'd like to interject one thing.
Okay.
I wouldn't be shooting electrical arrows at game. My
Okay.
electrical bow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'd be using regular arrows, but I mean, you're looking, and once they hear the scream of somebody getting shot, they'll know.
Well, I don't know if your bow shoots normal arrows. I think it just shoots electrical arrows. Do you have a secondary bow?
You're right. I think. Okay, well then, either way, I mean, I'm assuming there'll be a telltale scream once somebody gets shot if I'm successful.
Okay, well, right now you're just in the tree pointing with your magical bow out, like and so the gist of what I was getting at then is Brudnir. You see Darren, you see him pointing his bow into the bush. You see the arrow. Do you, make me a wisdom check to see if you can maybe put 2 and 2 together and figure out that something is not right.
Nah.
No, you're just like, he's just shooting game. So you pay no mind to what's going on there, and then we're gonna continue with you, Brudnir. You're gutting this bird. You're chopping it up. You're cutting its legs off. You're getting the breast, the best meat, all of that stuff. And then what are you doing over there with this bird?
I'm going to bring it over the fire.
Nice. All right. Magoo reaches down into the fire, grabs his slab of meat off the rock. He points at it and gives you a grunt, as if to say, "You can use my frying pan to cook your bird." Looks like you got a good one there. I ain't seen a far-tailed spangler around these parts in some time. The gods must have shined upon you in order for you to kill this rare and most delicious, delicate bird of the forest. That's Bill's way of praising you. Good job, buddy.
Yay. Validation.
You're just like, woohoo! Thanks, Bill.
I get all shy.
Bill's like, I don't suppose I could have a piece of that rare fin-tailed turkey bird.
Sure. Have some.
Oh, all right. He
We brought
reaches
some
in.
spice.
He sprinkles some spice on it. He's like, this will help season it up right nice. And so before he puts a little bit of a sprinkle of seasoning on it, and then he just pulls it out of the fire. He's like, best eaten raw, and he just throws a piece of it into it. He cuts a piece off, let's say, a nice chunk of it, and throws it in his mouth. He's like, it's like meaty butter, delicious. He's got a little piece of turkey stuck on his big gnarly tooth that's poking out of his mouth, but he's savoring the experience, so much so that he sort of makes his way back to this little tree stump and he sits down behind it, just enjoying, like he's like excessively chewing this bird. You begin to cook your bird because parasites, worms, and other things that you know better. And he is a swamp guy, so he's probably got he's probably given this piece of meat more diseases than he would get from it. I'm assuming. Make me a your call. So you're hanging out by the fire. You're doing your business. You're not quite sure what's going on. You're there for a few seconds. You watch Bill chew this bird. Let's say, make me a perception check to see if you can. You're sort of just looking around. Oh, excuse me.
Is it the same perception?
All right.
Same perception?
Yep. You glance up for a second. You look into the forest. You look into the areas and stuff like that. You're like, nothing's happening. My bird's cooking. Bill's enjoying life. Rufus is standing down in the trail here somewhere, looking at Darren. And we're gonna go to Darren, who's up in the tree now.
Well, like I said, once I see these guys, I have a clear line of sight. I'm going to start light these fuckers up.
Okay, so make me a perception check while you're in the tree.
I thought I made them.
Just make me a perception check.
18.
You notice that this guy, the guy that sort of seems to be not really in the front, I want to say he's in the back. You recognize this guy. As you're looking at him, oh, wait a second. You recognize him as a merchant that travels this road. His name is Milong Gilong.
Yeah.
And he's a merchant of some renown. But he looks like he's hanging out with a pack of bandits. And he's come to this area, and he's sneaking through the trees with these guys, sort of a little bit more clumsily than the rest of them. But you can see him. He's making some hand signs. He's doing some whispering to some of them. He's pointing at Brudnir, who is down by the fire here, and he's gesturing to these guys that he wants these bandits to sort of go down here and either take out Bill or take out Brudnir, one of the two. But he's pointing. Milon hasn't seen you, and he's pointing near the campfire, like. And you recognize him as a merchant, okay?
I won't shoot him then. Not right away, at least.
Okay, well, he seems to be the guy giving these bandits their orders. Now, these bandits are coming out, and they start drawing their bows and drawing their arrows.
I start shooting them.
Which one are you shooting first?
Let's see. Hold on. Just going back to my view here. Let's see here. Well, I'm assuming they all have bows and arrows, eh?
Yes. There's an assortment of them. There's the big chunky guy with the big sword. He's got himself like a sling or something like that. There's like a dude with a crossbow, a female with two axes that they look pretty deadly in themselves, and there's this guy that is in the trees with his two daggers.
So not all of them have ranged weapons, what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll shoot whoever has a ranged weapon, Mr. Crossbow guy.
All right.
So
now he's got some cover. He's got some cover in the trees and the bushes, and he's moving in and out between the trees and the branches. So this is going to be a hard shot for you to to sort of pin this guy.
Wouldn't it be counteracted because I have the drop on them? I'm waiting for them while they're talking. He's giving directions. They're not hiding. They're actually just sitting there listening. So that's when I'm going to plow them.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like when he's talking to them, they're going to stop moving because they're going to listen to him, and then I'm going to hit him.
They're not coming out into the open. I just can't move them into the bushes where they would be hiding. They would be in the trees still. Unfortunately, the way that the models work around these trees, I can't place them.
But would I be able to line up a shot, make it like not a hard shot because I'm just waiting? You know what I mean? Up to you. Okay, whatever. I'll fire anyways. That's a 16.
Okay, so that's going to be enough to take out the crossbow guy.
Do you want me to roll damage?
Yep.
Here we go. That's it. 6 points.
All right. And then I guess you get a fire again. So as you shoot this guy, he starts screaming. Like this arrow tags him. He just lets out a howl. The birds go eerily silent, and as he starts just like, we're under attack, he screams. I've been shot. And he sort of looks and he's pointing to his shoulder as he's got this arrow stuck in him.
Okay. And I fall out of the tree.
Okay, you're going to jump down 10 feet?
No, I fall down. I rolled a 1. So I'm going to say I fell down, and he hits a couple of branches on the way down.
Oh, let's see.
Sweet.
All right.
Because, I mean, it doesn't make sense to shoot somebody else that's not close by. But I'm saying I'm going to fall down and fucking just bang, bang, bang. Jesus Christ, Lord.
Yep. Okay, you can take 3 points of damage as you fall into the ground.
Fuck. Branch gives away. That's what it is. Where he's firing, he's putting so much effort into it. I guess the branch at one end, he's shifting, and it just snaps. So he falls to his right, and he just tumbles down right onto the ground on his back, winded.
Okay, I'm going to set you out here, although for game reasons, you have cover, and you're at the base of the tree. I just don't want to put you inside the tree and have you get all... you might be able to grab yourself out of there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, you're at the base of this tree with this red ribbon on it, this weird Christmas tree. You fire into this crowd of bandits. These two guys, as soon as he screams, now that it's my turn, these two guys start running. So they're going to make it up near the horses somewhere. And this guy right here, as he runs up near the horses, he sees this brown spotted horse, and he leaps out of the trees, lands on its back, and with one of his knives, he just goes underneath it, and he slices the horse's neck. As he does so, he's like, "This is for Jack!" And the horse just sort of kicks up in the air. He leaps off, lands back in the bushes, and this horse here is now brown spotted dead horse.
Come on. I want to see a roll here. If I see a 1, this guy lands on his own knife. Come on. Be fair. What goes around comes around, man.
Let's see.
Roll the dice.
There you go.
Oh, shit. It's too bad.
That is a full-on success. So brown spotted horse is now dead. And it's kind of weird that he sort of maybe gives himself away. That's all you see. You guys look over from the fire. Magoo, he's got some, he's still chewing on his turkey bits. And Brudner, you're warming your shit up on the fire. You hear from the woods, you hear somebody start screaming that they've been shot. And then the next thing you hear is this horse whinny as it like makes a bunch of noise and blood spurting out. You look over because you can see this guy jump out of the bush, land on the back of this thing, slit the horse's throat open and scream, "This is for Jack." And then the horse just sort of like bucks a little bit, falls over dead, and Bandit Blades 2 disappears back into the bushes. The female bandit is going to double dash. She's going to make it up to about here somewhere. And this guy, Bandit Boss, he's going to double run over here somewhere because he knows you're in this tree. Like he heard you fall. Where's my crossbow guy? He's looking into the trees. He pulls the arrow out. Milong Gilong, this merchant guy, sort of disappears back into the bushes. He sort of goes into hiding. He doesn't. He's Do I want him to fight? I think I want him to fight. He set this up, so yeah. So he comes out. He's gonna come over this way. No, he's heading down here with these guys. I got a plan here. This is all for. There's a purpose. There's a method to my madness, gentlemen.
I see it.
He's gonna get up near this horse, and what did you guys do to my horses? Where's my dead
I'll
horse?
be right back.
Glue. Fuck, I hate you guys. Always messing with my shit. So Milong Gilong is making his way to this gray horse. I'm going to flip my timer over. Where's my timer die? It is at 3. We're going to put it to a rotation value of 2. And that brings us around to Rufus. Now, Rufus, you realize that there's some shit going on. Something is up, and you're not quite sure what it is.
All right. You know what? Can you make like a notice roll, kind of see if he could better evaluate the situation, or whether he's going to prep himself or he's just going to carry the fuck on, I guess.
Rufus is fully aware that you're about to be jacked. You looked over. You could see the horse through the trees. You heard, somebody yelling. You see this guy here who totally looks like a bandit running with his sword drawn into the bush or the tree where Darren's at. Like, you're no longer unaware of the situation.
Perfect. Okay, so perfect. At this point, pure training takes over. He's going to draw the sword and just double move towards the closest bandit, closest visible bandit.
Pure training takes over.
Pure training takes over.
Or terror.
Move yourself then.
All right. Here. So where's the first bandit we can see here? That's all he wants. It's the first one he can see.
Where are you? You're somewhere right in around.
Just started. Yeah, just started. Yeah. He's just trying to head to the first guy he can see, anyways.
Okay, so you made it up the road to about there. Okay,
Yep.
from this perspective, you see this bandit back here with the crossbow, right? He's looking in the tree where Darren is. This guy's sort of running out of the bush onto the main road, and he's making his way towards this tree too. Sword drawn, battle scream, the whole 9 yards. You double shift to there, so that's going to take up your action, and we are going to go to Brudnir.
Okay. So Rufus is aware
Yes.
of everything now?
You see him sword drawn, weapon drawn, heading down the road. He's running towards this group of people, screaming, I guess. I don't know what he's doing.
Which way is he going? Is he going towards the horses or
towards where
over
Darren
here?
was? Yeah.
Okay. But I saw do I see Milon?
No, Milan. Well, yes, you would through the trees and stuff. And I'm thinking, you know Milan. You met him here in this exact camp spot. Unfortunately, Thazit isn't with us, so you would be the only one that recognizes Milan.
I did too.
You recognize him for a different reason. But Brudnir, you know Milan from this actual particular spot. There was an adventure many moons ago when you came across a merchant.
But would I remember him?
If you want to roll for it, make me a wisdom check.
Yeah, because I know what you're talking about. We stole his son. I guess I do.
Okay, so yeah, you see him coming. He's running towards one of these horses. He's got a weapon drawn, like he's going to kill. He's got murderous intent in his eyes. You see him through the trees, making his way in this general direction. And yeah, you recognize Milon Gilon as the guy whose horse you killed. He had twin horses, Jack and Jill, that he adored. And Jack ended up getting killed in an attack in one of the, as soon as you hear the words, "This is for Jack," you start putting 2 and 2 together. Like, holy shit, Milan is here for revenge, and you think that he's maybe hired these bandits for a, some sort of revenge party that he's trying to extract on the lot of you.
Little did we know he might not have done this because the person that killed his fucking horse originally was Althea, and she's dead.
Yep.
I'll move over here to cover and take a shot at him then.
Okay.
I don't know if Althea can be brought back.
If you can find her. Oh, that won't hit. 14, right?
All
Rune's
right,
14.
sweet. Your shot goes wide. You got to beat a 14. Yeah, your shot goes wide. Maybe lands around the horse somewhere. Fortunately, you didn't end up killing one of the horses. Your own horses. Bill Magoo, he's just sitting behind this stump. He's not moving. He's not doing anything. He's just chewing on his meat. Darren, you have fallen. You are prone in the bottom of this tree somewhere. Half your movement rate is going to be taken by you standing up, but that doesn't mean that you can't stand up and shoot from inside this tree at one of these guys.
Okay, what he's going to do is just basically he's going to roll. Because he's prone, he rolls over, takes a knee, and the only thing, behind cover, behind the tree, the only thing you see is the arrow coming, the actual bow protruding, and half of his face as he's firing.
Okay.
And he's going to be firing at the bandit boss
In
front of him.
Okay.
Actually, maybe, or the same difficulty for him as for the crossbow guy.
Crossbow guy is still sort of hanging out back in the bush, so it's still going to be a hard check. He's wounded. He's sort of moved up against this tree. He's eyeing this tree up, sort of looking for a shot. Is what he's doing.
Okay, well, I'm going to hit the bandit boss in front of me because I don't feel like getting clubbed by him.
Okay.
Let's do this. For fuck's sake. 11. Whatever.
Sweet. Where is Darren? Darren does not have a hero coin because I told Darren he could suck it.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, I don't
love it.
I don't get too many of those.
Right here. So that is going to. I got to flip my script here. We're going to change this rotation value down to 1. Bada boom. When it comes around next time, some shit's going to hit the fan. This bandit boss manages to somehow sidestep this electric arrow. You fully illuminated yourself. He runs into the trees and engages you in combat. Screaming as he does so, he takes a giant two-handed... Oh, so close. So close to being a 20. A two-handed giant swipe, cleaving off clean one of these little branches. His sword hits this tree like 6 inches from the top of your head and sticks in it. He quickly pulls it out, and he's looking at you eye to eye, face to face, mano a mano, as he starts chopping and swinging inside this little bush here.
Ooh, that could have been bad.
Bandit crossbow guy, he can't really make out what's going on. He doesn't want to fire into combat at his buddies, so he's going to scooch up towards this tree. Maybe this stump right here. He's going to scooch up to about there, and he's going to take a shot at Brudnir. Now, Brudnir's got some cover, so this is going to be a hard shot. And he doesn't do it. You're sitting there behind this tree, Brudnir, and this old dead tree, it makes a solid sort of knock sound as this arrow hits the backside of the tree. Milan and the other bandit are going to double attack the horses. Oh, sweet. Both hits. These guys run in here. Milan takes out the other horse, and Bandit blades 2. Both of them, as they grab onto these horses and shit like that, you can just hear them. They're like, "This is for Jack. For Jack. In Jack's memory." And they start like full on fucking slaying all of your horses. Your horses are wounded, dead, and dying. Man, as you see your horses, their lungs getting penetrated by large weapons, Milan's furious look of, rage on his face. You have one singular thought. All 3 of you at the same time think back. How is Tad going to take this when these horses that he lent you have now been slaughtered right in front of your eyes? You failed to protect these horses, and you're like, man, Tad's really going to hate us now.
Not
the
really.
Horses go down.
Once we bring the guy to justice, he'll have somebody to blame.
Milan stands there, and he lets out this large howl, like, yeah, victory is mine kind of a thing. These guys stabby, and after he does stabby, he takes some cover in this bush. And Milan, who's standing there, he's also going to take some cover in this bush as well. He's not having any of this fucking just shoot me because I'm an idiot standing in the middle of nowhere. So all of my guys have cover. I flip my timer. I killed your horses. Magoo's not doing anything. He's just hanging out behind this tree. He's like, this isn't my battle. He actually gets up and grabs another piece of that turkey off the fire. Then he goes and sits back down behind his stump. Kabonk. That puts us around to Rufus.
All right, so I've got. I can see this one here, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's
All
behind
right.
a little bit of cover of that stump right there. But you could go over and
Well, that's fun. Yeah, well, it's Rufus' a close combat guy, right?
Yep.
So move on up and we'll take a swing, I guess.
All right, you engage crossbow bandit number 1.
Yes, sir. $13. Fuck around.
All right. What happens, Rufus?
Well, we're at table 14, right?
Yes. I've increased
so
the difficulty.
So that's going to be tough. He swings, and I guess the bandit ducks, and he hits a big part of that trunk that she's kind of hiding behind.
Excellent. The crossbow bandit, yeah, he sort of just dodges out of the way and then laughs at you. Foolish town guard. You'll pay for all the years of of smacking me around and harassing me in town. He just gives you this like big spiel about F you and picking on me in town, Red Plume. You'll pay. Brednir, what are you doing?
Wrap the chains, summon the hound.
Oh, yeah. Now, you've got a Spectral Hound somewhere on your table, bud?
Yeah. Doing no camera 2. That's a lie. Okay.
Spectral Hound. Yeah, Spectral Hound. Double the pace. He's a dog, man. The Baron can move quick.
I'm gonna have him sick him.
Which guy is he going after?
Oh, Milan.
Okay, so yeah, the Baron cruises off into the bush. No problems, no bubbles, no troubles. He understands the link that the two of you have. Don't forget to knock your hit points back to 5. And the Baron cruises off into the bush. As he gets near the bush, he leaps into the trees.
It's 19.
Milan is in the bush, screaming like a bitch. Ah! Get this animal off me! Ah! I didn't sign up for this. You're supposed to take out these assholes and not kill me. And he's like, get him, Bandit Blades 1. I didn't sign up for this shit. But the dog is definitely chewing a big piece. Roll for damage.
Are we doing weapon for him? I can't remember.
Yes.
Okay. 1.
You guys are rolling like shit, and I'm loving it.
Yeah.
All right, so your spectral dog is chewing the piss out of Milan Guillon's pant leg. He maybe gave him a little puncture wound near the ankle, but Milan's, he's screaming like a bitch in this little tree. There's definitely a battle going on. I believe that's going to be your action then, right? Summoning the dog.
Yep.
Rufus, you're next in the agenda.
Darren's up.
Oh, sorry. Yes, Darren. Rufus is first. My bad.
You're always forgetting me.
I'm sorry.
Daryl's
buddy.
the new Charles.
I have
Charles.
yet to forget Charles. I'm doing good today.
I'm
Back
forgotten
a couple
forgotten.
steps, and I look at the boss number. This is number 1, right? The boss, and I look at him. You think you're gonna get me? Think again, fuck nuts. Oh, and I fucking fuck. I keep missing.
He's like,
You know what? As he's doing that, as I'm shooting at him, he's spinning his blades and he's coming across, and I narrowly duck one of his shots, and it makes my shot go astray. Right above, I hit a bird nest or something.
oh, a little bit of a broken egg yolk comes dribbling
and
down.
there's bird feathers everywhere.
Yep. I'm going to make you actually make a second dexterity check to sort of avoid getting hit by this bird goop. Might land on your head. Just for comical effect.
Yeah, that I can make. That I make. Yay.
At least I made you roll the good dice. The bandit boss, he's like, fuck nut. You, sir, have offended my sensibilities. How dare you insult me with such vulgar language? It's extremely inappropriate when I'm trying to kill you. Okay, so my turn. Threats, treats, and timers dice is at a 1. Everybody make me a Constitution check. If you fail this Constitution check, your next attack will be hard. You're in the trees, you're in the bushes, you're kicking up pollen, dust, dirt, other things.
Fuck yeah.
The pressures of the battle are grinding upon you. You know, the smell of turkey and your delicious lunch ruined sets your heart. I see some sweet fails.
What about the villains? Do they get to do it too, or just us?
Nope, just you guys.
Okay.
Why do you think this is supposed to be fair, Darren? Huh?
Oh,
what
I
I
didn't
wanna
know. Maybe.
There's no fairness going on here. There's just me trying to take you losers out. Okay, so that is going to be your threats, treats, and timers dice. Maybe something nice will happen next round. I don't know. But in the meantime, Bandit Boss number 1, he's like, how dare you offend my sensibilities with your vulgar language, fiend? And he's going to do 2 chops with his great big sword in your general direction. Shit!
Oh,
Almost
yeah.
17 bits of branches fly out of the way. Darren, did you fail your attack? Or, sorry, your Constitution check?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so this is what happens. He's chopping at this tree. He's like, ew, how dare you offend my sensibilities, lad? This is completely uncalled for to be such vulgar language used in mere combat. I'm simply trying to kill you. And as he's like swinging in the trees, the two of you are doing this melee dance. But in doing so, he's chipped off a couple of pieces of branch and shit like that. And maybe you got like a little bit of a wood chip in your eye or something as he's smashing away in the trees. And that's what is going to hamper you on your next one because you failed your attempt. So
Doesn't matter. I'm gonna miss anyways.
That's damn Skippy.
All right.
So crossbow boy number 2, he drops his crossbow on the ground, and he picks up his dagger, and he's going to take a swipe at Rufus. In the scuttle. Now, Rufus, did you pass or fail your check?
Oh no, he passed.
Okay, so you're fine. He drops his crossbow on the ground. He pulls out his little dagger that he's got in his belt. He makes a couple of stabs and jabs in your general direction, but you easily, put your shield up in front of this small little melee weapon and block them, no problem.
And he's also going to take 3 damage because of the miss.
Oh, shizzle. All right, I gotta move. Your hand was in the way, so he's going to be 3 points. Now you got some kind of spiky shield kind of a thing going on there, don't you? So as
Yes,
he's stabbing it, yeah, he's stabbing at your shield and stuff like that. Man, he just like lacerates his hand. You can see blood start forming around his knuckles as he doesn't realize that your shield has some kind of spikes built into it. And he howls a little bit. Not fighting fair. He grabs his crossbow off the ground, and he's going to take some steps back over here as he grabs his bow and tries to get out of melee range. Did we play with attack of opportunity or not?
We have.
I'm not sure it's come up.
Yeah, I don't think we're doing attack of opportunity. He just grabs his thing and scuttles off behind you a little bit. He makes his pace away. Milan is in the bush, screaming like a bitch. This dog is chewing on my pant legs. These are my finest traveling wares. Get it? And he starts smacking at it as well with some kind of weapon. You can hear whatever weapon he's trying to attack your dog with is hitting tree branches. But then,
Rolled a newspaper.
the silence of the dual-bladed killer in the trees here. Bandit Blades number 2. I'm gonna leave it to chance On odds, he's going to come out of the bush and attack you, Brudnir. On evens, he's going to attack the dog in the bush. Odd, he comes after you. Evens, he attacks the dog. All right. You just hear a couple of swooshes for frickin' frack.
Yeah, I hear a couple swishes. That's correct.
Yeah. From in the bush, where you hear the swishing noise, you hear this guy. He's like, "Oh, mon ami, I do not know what is up with this dog, but for some reason I cannot find purchase upon his skin. He seems to be made of some kind of ghostly essence, and my simple blades are not enough to penetrate or do any damage to him." And Milan's like, "I don't give a shit. He's wrecking my finest traveler's pants." He's like, "I'm just trying to tell you that I cannot be of assistance." "I don't care, help!" And the two of them are having this fucking conversation in the trees, where Milan's like, "Get him, bitch," and the other guy's like, I simply can't do it. All right, sweet. That's we're going around to Rufus. Oh, did I roll my dice? Did I roll the threats, treats, and timer dice? I did. We're back on 3. Rufus, what's happening? You're muted, stupid.
I am not. Well, there we go. He's going to re-engage with crossbow guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, I can't believe it's 9 o'clock already. Oh,
There we go.
Oh, nice. Weapon damage
Fuck
and
and
ultimate
yeah.
damage.
All right, nice. Let's see here.
Oh,
So it's 15 total.
fantastic. Okay, crossbow guy goes down. Describe how you kill the crossbow bandit guy.
So when he runs in, he uses his shield and he bashes the crossbow away. And then one fell swipe all the way from waist all the way up through to the shoulder, just cleaves him right through that path.
Oh, violent. Vicious and violent. All right, so the first death goes to Rufus. Alt print screen. That looks like a good shot. We got the dead horses. All right, excellent. Okay, Brudnir, hiding behind this tree, watching Bill Magoo eat your turkey. Eat your very rare, magically fin-tailed turkey. Hiding behind this tree. What do you do?
Oh, well, I'll have the dog attack first while I think about that.
Okay. The dog's ripping and tearing
Yeah.
Milan's
6 balls.
trousers.
4. It's better.
All right.
No bonus,
oh, man.
right?
Milan squeals from in the bush. He's like, "Ah! This dog, it has grabbed hold of my crotch. It
Hey,
is...
Magoo, you want to do something here?
I am doing something. I'm eating." He looks at you. He's like, "Looks like a personal problem, mate."
Well, you're going to be carrying the horses. I snap a bow out, shot into the blade guy and kill him.
Into Bandit Blades number 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
That is a 13, so it suck.
All right. So it just goes into the tree?
Yeah. Surrender.
Suck it,
I got more
loser.
dogs.
Okay. What are you doing?
Told him surrender. I got more dogs.
Oh, okay. Do you want to try and roll some persuasion, which is
Oh, sure.
charisma?
It's my flat stat. Yep. I swear.
Your dogs suck. Although I cannot hit them, I will find a way to defeat them, my friend, is the words that you hear. And Milan's just screaming. He's like, "My balls! My balls!"
And I'll move over here behind. Can I go behind this log?
Sure, you can move behind this stump over here. Yep.
Okay.
Something like that.
Sorry, it's personal, but you're in the way now.
Bill Magoo looks at you. He's like, motherfucker. He reaches down and grabs one of these piles of sticks that's right here, and picks it up. And he's like, I see how it is, man. And then he turns towards you and starts walking it at you. He's like, bring me into this fight. Just kidding. That would be awesome. Fucking
Fair.
Bill's like, you son of a bitch. Okay. Darren. Darren is in the trees. Fighting
he's not
the
in the
bandit
trees.
boss.
He's kind of behind the tree, ducking behind this guy's various blade strikes.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry?
Yep, nothing. Go ahead.
He will fire. He's got no choice. He's backpedaling,
Okay.
trying to evade this guy. What's so funny?
I swear I need to put up like a second
And he
Skype
misses.
window
Next.
for the
Next.
chat. You missed? Yeah, look
Yeah,
at the chat
like
window,
usual.
Daryl.
So much.
Daryl, look at this. Look at the chat window. Do you see the PP dance, kid? Oh, Daryl's gone. Where'd you go, Daryl? Okay, that puts it around to my turn, which I love.
I'm here. I saw it.
I love very much. I'm going to reduce my timer. And then from there, let's start with Darren this time. This guy is going to again, the two of you are doing like, this melee dance around this tree. Oh, there's some swinging. There's some smacking. There's some slapping going on. He does these two sort of forward justs, like through the tree branches, and kabam, kabam, 2 strikes.
Come on.
Find purchase for 13 points of damage.
Oh, you couldn't even take me out? What's the matter with you?
Civilized. How dare you insult my prowess with the great sword, my friend? Vulgar tone, and you dancing in behind these trees. Now, were we to go mano a mano in the open, I'm sure, and then it's kablam, blam, you take 2 pops. He's like, there. Milan is trying to get the dog off his nuts. He is unsuccessful. Crossbow Bandit is dead, and 2 Knife Blade guy. Where's Knife Blade guy? Shit, I lost my spot in the forest here. Here we go, over by the spectral tree. Blades Bandit comes flying out towards Bill Magoo, and as he's running towards Bill. Bill is because this is all sort of happening in mere moments. Bill has walked towards this pile of sticks. He's reached down to pick one up. He didn't come towards you. I was just being a clown. But he's reaching in this pile of sticks, and as he's doing so, trying to find this big stick, the bandit blades guy with the 2 knives comes flying out, and he just leaps up in the air, does like a spinning somersault halfway through the air. Can I flip him? And then lands on or near Bill Magoo for 2 dagger strikes. Oh,
wow.
I thought it was a 13. I'm going to have to set my thing. Right. So yeah, Bill, I guess, just happens to bend over and pick up the stick at the last minute, dodging both of the bandit blades strikes. He grabs an unusually large log, and he stands up and he looks at this guy who is now standing in front of him, and he's like, "Right, mate." He spits on the ground. "You didn't want to do that." And then he starts, swinging this gigantic log around. I think that's all of my turns. So I've spun my timer. I've taken my turns. That's going to put us around to Rufus again.
All right. So Rufus should be able to see there is bandit female in the woods, number 2 here, right?
Oh, man. Where is she?
You forgot that one, didn't you?
I did, you son of a bitch. Thanks for reminding me.
So now
she?
Rufus is going to, sword drawn, try to dispatch her.
Okay. Do you know where she's at? Because I don't know where she's at.
Oh, hold on.
You see her somewhere?
Yeah, she's like right here.
How did I lose her?
Like right there. She's like in the tree. You got her.
God damn it. Okay. Yep. Thanks, boys. All right. So Bandit Female's going to pop out of the tree. Just so that I know she's there. Man, she's sweet too. She's like a double tomahawk throwing Indian looking woman. Dark skin. She's got face paint on. At first you think it's face paint, but you're not quite sure. Thanks,
Neat.
pals.
So
right here, Gary.
14 hits with 17 or 7 damage total.
7 damage total. All right, she howls in some kind of weird native war cry that you're not quite familiar with. And then engages you with her 2 axes. Son of a bitch. You guys got me on that one. Brudnir?
Oh, okay. We'll keep the dog going. Get him, Baron. Oh, finally duffs.
Nice. Okay, fantastic. What happens to the dog?
He's in there in the bush and he's fighting the Yilon, and just them thrashing around, pulls out one of the tree branches and whips him back.
Excellent. Okay, so he springs back a couple of feet, lands out
Yep.
here. You hear Milan in the bush. He's like, "Ah, the fresh air. Oh, it is relieved." And then he steps out a little bit with his long staff that he's got. One hand on his crotch, one hand on his long staff. You can see blood seeping from around his crotchal area where the dog had bitten him. Yeah, that's what happens with that guy. Okay. And what's Brudnir?
Can I move up to Stabby?
Can. Oh, who are you going after?
Stabby.
All right.
Okay. And here we go. Iron Palm.
Oh, nice.
17.
Wow. Okay, roll for
That's
damage.
for ultimate. That's 9 plus
Crit fail?
12. 12 points of damage.
12. What time is it? 12? 9, 12. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to say 12 or 20. You hit him. It's a solid hit. Iron palm to the chest. He flies back to about here somewhere and lands sort of right next to Baron. He skids upon the ground. You hit him so hard. He coughs up a bit of blood. He looks up at you and smiles. His teeth are full of blood and red, and he's got this look on his face like, you are so dead, you mother effer. But then, yeah, he sort of turns his head to the side and he sees this spectral dog and he freaks out a little bit. Darren, you're in the bush. 2 greatsword chops to the bodily parts, to the bodily areas from Bandit Boss, who, by the looks of it right now, is unscathed, man. You have yet to hit this guy.
It's okay. Nice. Another day in life. So I'll fire. I'll try and get back, dodging between the trunk of the tree, trying to keep it between me and him. And I'm firing as I'd weave in and out. Oh, wow. I actually hit.
There it is.
Fantastic.
That's 12 points.
12 points. All right, Bandit Boss, man. He took a solid friggin' blow to the chops there. Actually, he's the boss, man. He's going to get a few more
Hey,
hit
I'm
points this round.
back to shitting the bed. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so that's it. Good. Done.
All right, so the Bandit Boss takes a solid electrical blow. You see him do the Jimmy for a second as he loses control of his muscles. He's like, wow, that is quite the bow you have there, friend. I'll be relieving you of that after I slay your face. Ha ha ha! And that's going to be it. So that puts me around to my turn. All right, gentlemen, I got to go down to my end of the table here. Turn my rotation value down to 1. Shit will happen next time. And 2 sword swipes from the boss man. That
How
bow.
come he gets 2 attack? How come he gets 2 attacks?
He's the boss man. What do you mean? How does he get 2 attacks? What are you on
Okay.
crack? One of them gains purchase.
I'm out.
You're going down?
There we go.
6
Enjoy.
points of damage. Darren
Enjoy.
drops. Where's Darren? Darren's down in here.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, I'm going to put you right here. And I'm going to lay you down because you are off of your rocker. And as he chops you, you fall to the ground unconscious. Roll your death save thing. Roll your d6. See how many rounds you're down for. Bandit boss reaches down and grabs your bow off of your body. 2 rounds.
Oh.
He pulls it off of you. He looks at it for a second. He's like, what a bloody beautiful piece of machinery this is. I will wreak havoc. I will become the terror of the trails with this weapon. He goes into this big montage about how he's going to be this gigantic badass and he's going to rule the roads with this fucking newfound weapon that happens to be yours. So he's taking it with him. And as he's yelling this, he's sort of like yelling it out loud so that everybody can hear him because, he's the big bandit boss guy. You guys notice that Darren has dropped and Milan comes flying out. Spectral dog, toe punch kick, and a miss. Bandit Blades is going to... Oh, shit. Bandit Blades has got a bunch of guys on him. He's going to leap forward to Brednir, hoping that if he kills you, he kills the...
Fuck off.
Jesus.
That's some bullshit, man. I fucking...
that's sweet.
Wow.
All right, so we're going to do... Yeah, there
Are
you
you
go.
kidding me again? That's bullshit.
2 dagger swipes at Brednir for a 10 and a 16. 16's going to hit your armor class, I think, Brednir.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it will.
You're going to take 6 points of damage as...
That Duranium Signet's going to fire off like no one's business. I
Oh.
can take 4.
Nice. And then, last but not least, right here, Gary Girl. She's like, ay, 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 ay. And she's going to make a double-handed axe chop. 2 axe chops. Which I believe is
Nope
going to
and
be a
nope.
miss and a miss.
And
So would that not be 2 damages of spike shield? So 6 total.
What is the deal with Spike Shield?
Spike shield. Basically, if you miss, you're taking 3 damage.
Okay. I don't have Spike Shield written down here, but let's say that that's the case. So, where'd she go to? Oh, I see her right there. Okay. So she's going to take 6 points of damage. 13 of 20 points. She swings. She's screaming. She's in a battle frenzy. She doesn't care that she's taken damage. This is a savage warrior woman, man. 2 axes ablazing. She's doing dances and moves and sidestepping. And, these 2 shots that come towards you just sort of come out of nowhere as she does this sort of wrist flick and sends one of the blades towards your face. At the last second, you dodge out of the side, lift your shield up, give her a nice big scratch. And she sort of pulls back a little bit as she realizes that, her hands are lacerated from these sharp spikes on your shield. I believe that's it. We're going to go around to Rufus. It's your turn. Man,
Okay, so
she's-
where is Darren on the map right now?
Darren
I'm trying to-
is-
having a hard time seeing. He's like way the hell in the back, isn't he?
He's right here.
Right there.
Yeah,
Shit.
he was in the tree.
Yeah, I'm
he's
gonna have
over.
to disengage and.
He's over.
Oh
by
yeah,
the
but
bandit boss.
the other guy's right there too, isn't
Right?
he? Bandit
He's-
boss.
Yeah, you see, he's got Darren's bow in his hand, and he's like lovingly looking at this thing and going on about how he's going to be the terror of the trails with this weapon.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about that.
You should
Ru-
be. He might actually hit something with it as opposed to
Yeah.
me.
No, I think Rufus is going to. He's going to. Yeah, he's going to disengage. Basically, make it to Darren, and don't die on me, man.
Okay, I'm going to say that Darren is. You could double run to get to Darren, but you won't be able to do anything. Double run is
All
going
right.
to be your action. All right. Bandit Boss is standing right there with this weapon in his hand. Actually, we're going to come back to that. We're going to go to Brudnir. You double step towards Darren, trying to save his life. Brudnir, Bandit Blades is swinging and stabbing and doing things in your general direction. Actually, hold on a second. Bill Magoo, seeing as how it was my turn. You're right there now. I'm going to roll for Bill Magoo. Bill Magoo has this stump, and he picks it up like it is an unusually large stump. This guy's got some solid strength, and he smashes it down on the ground like he's trying to do an overhead chop on top of the Bandit Blades guy, and the Bandit Blades guy's like, whoosh, 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 and then ends up over here facing you as he sidesteps Bill Magoo's big smash. Bill's like, ugh. He's a dicey one. He's a quick one, isn't he? He says to you. Yep. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, iron palm him then. That'll hit. Do it. Oh, it was on the 10. Oh. Let's see, so that's 5 more points.
5 more points from the iron palm. Oh, wait a second. He was at 12, and 5 would be 17. Okay, that's a solid blow to the chest of this guy. He feels that, man. He reels backwards. He lands within range. He sidesteps the blow, and as soon as he lands and sort of gets his hands up and ready to defend, you just reach in, kabam! Hit him square in the chest. He farts a little bit. You hit him so...
Can I hero coin that?
Hero coin the fart?
No, the damage.
Sure.
Hero coin the part.
You want to hero coin the damage? Go ahead.
Yeah. It's on the 12. Another 6.
Okay, so that is going to be enough to take him out. You can describe how he goes down while I knock him over. I got to tell you guys, man, I really like the hero coins. I think it's one of my favorite aspects of this game. I like them better than Benny's, to be honest.
Really?
I like the hero coins once I get them.
Yeah. It's like with the Benny, there's always a chance that you could just roll shit again and they do nothing. But I feel like the hero coin, you guys come so close to success that the hero coin lives up to its name. So that when you roll that D12, usually because it adds the number to it, instead of just giving you the reroll, you get that success out of using it. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I like that idea.
I would say the hero coin adds more success, for sure.
Yeah,
much more of a success rate to it.
Yeah, definitely a higher probability.
Makes it feel heroic when you use it because you succeed without. I think it's a cool deal. Okay, so you kill that guy.
Yeah, Bill Magoo sets him up, and then I just take him in as he flips my way.
All right, so he's laying on the ground toast. Milon Guilon sees the man go down. He looks at you, Brudnir. He looks at the dog. He looks at Bill Magoo. All three of you eye each other up in this sort of weird, sort of like, oh shit, I'm in trouble kind of a look. Is what's on Milon's face.
And then I have the Baron stick him.
And then the Baron leaps.
Oh, and misses. Oh, that would have been much cooler the other way.
Milon sort of he disappears Homer Simpson style back into the trees as the dog just sort of lunges past him. Okay, Darren, you are down on the ground. Give me a Constitution.
Okay.
Natural 20, you're up with 1. Don't duff.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, fantastic. Bloop. You stand up onto your feet. Bandit Boss has your bow in his hand. He's looking at you. He's looking at your bow.
He's not. Wait a minute. Now he does notice I'm up.
Yeah, because Rufus is coming on him.
Because what I'd like to do, Gary,
sure,
is since he's kind of marveling at it, maybe he's turning it around in his hands.
Mm-hmm.
I reach up and I just pull the drawstring as he's looking at it, and it shoots him right in the face.
I like it.
Awesome. You know what I mean?
Do it.
He gets awesome. Something there. I jump up and he gets shot.
Okay, I tell you what.
Fantastic.
This will be a hard maneuver for you to do. You're on the
Okay.
ground. So, but if
Come
you
on,
succeed,
Go ahead.
it's going to happen.
All right. Do I have any kind of like a bonus? No. Okay, it's a hard check no matter what. Okay. There we go. And I stab myself in the bow and I go back down.
How?
I don't know. I hit the sharp part. You know what? Let's just say as I'm reaching up, because I roll so many fucking ones, I'm beginning to hate this game with a passion. Just letting you know. I reach up to go for the bow, and as I'm doing that, let's say he has it in his hand. He also has his hands on a sword, kind of pointed down or whatever, just kind of not at the ready, but just holding on to it. And as I leap up with my glee to jump up and grab this thing, I impale myself in the sword.
Roll your death or dying again.
Oh, the die 6. Sorry.
Yes.
Hold on. Okay, here we go. Get a 1. Get a 1. Get a 1. Ah, damn. All right. 6.
6.
All right. I'm giving you a hero coin for that because you just basically killed yourself after just reviving yourself.
Well, I mean, it is a
fucking
1,
awesome.
so something's got to all I figure, yeah. As he's looking up, all of a sudden he sees me jumping up, and I'm stuck in his sword, and I go, and he slow falls back down the ground. I'm like, stay the fuck down.
Okay, that's Darren's turn. Boss man. Wait a second. So my
Killed me without
timer.
even trying.
I got to roll my timer. Lands on a 2. Let's see what happens. Everybody, you guys all, everybody make me a perception check. If you're alive. So the 2 of you that are alive, Darren's down.
I was like, oh, wait, I could do it. It's a very hard check. And I'm not 20. I succeed.
That's a 21 for Brudnir
and
and a 16 for the Baron.
Okay, so both of you are going to get easy checks. You survey the scene, especially you guys. You realize that Milan is like he's in deep shit. He realizes that he's defeated. This bolsters you in such a way. You realize you're going to see victory here. So if you've succeeded on your perception check, you've surveyed the battlefield and realized that you're won, which bolsters you and is going to make your next attempts easy. How's that for a turnaround there, gentlemen? Okay, and then big bandit boss guy steps up, drops the bow on the ground, puts it down sort of behind him.
Breaks it.
Out of the reach of Darren, who's probably going to roll a 20 on his next one. He kicks it off to the side. He's like, I'll be back for you, me precious. Hello there, Red Plume. I'm going to say that the 2 of you, as you're engaging him in battle, you've seen this guy in town. He's given you some grief before. The big bandit boss has spent some time in jail. Maybe the 2 of you are on a first-name basis. I don't know. But he looks at you with a bit of love in his eyes, and he's like, I've been waiting for the day that I could sink me blade into your disgusting, pitiful, red plume, red guard flesh. Ha ha! That's all I've got. And then he swings twice. Oh, that's going to be a 9 and a 16.
Nope and nope.
Both misses.
He's at AC 18.
Wow. Oh, I should have given him some strength bonus, but I never did.
Holy shit, an 18 AC?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he takes a couple of wild swings in your general direction. Oh, shit. You know what?
He takes 6 damage.
Wow, dude. That's going to put him at 18 damage. 18 of 30 hit points. All right. So he swings wildly in your general direction. Again, you've lacerated his forearms. He's seeping blood from a couple of spots. He's like, oh, I might have to rethink me tactics. And he takes a step back and he's going to reach for this bow. So he's going to step back over here and try and pick up the bow on the ground. Double hand chucker thing. She's let's see. She steps forward, and with these 2 tomahawks that she's got in her hands, she's going to throw both of them at Brudnir.
That's not cool.
She thinks it is.
You're fine.
Yeah, I
They
guess.
Two tomahawks go sailing by both of your ears, one on the left, one on the right. And she's just like, ay, 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 ay. Oh. Milan, he steps out of the bush, realizing that he might have done a bad. He's going to take a swipe at your dog, the Baron. His weapon sort of just nicks the Baron a little bit and just sort of goes through his little spectral ghost-like body. Milan is he's distraught a little bit at this dog that you've brought out. I feel like the Baron is actually working for one time. So as he swings at it, he's like, son of a bitch, my nuts, this dog. What have I should have thought this out a little bit better. And that's going to be it for my go. So we're going to go around to Rufus.
Nice. So yeah, Rufus does recognize him. He recognizes him from the town. It's and he points his sword directly at him and he says, "All right, Halitosis Jones, this ends today."
So
walks up and he's going to take the swing.
Halitosis Jones. Halitosis Jones looks at you. He's like, so, you do remember me. Well.
So, going to throw in the hero coin for that.
Okay.
So only rolled a 9. We'll see what happens.
Oh.
Yes, it did. There it is.
Okay. Yeah,
And
Halitosis
damage,
Jones.
Well, his weapon damage is a +3, so yeah, so that's going to be 6.
All right, so that's going to put Halitosis Jones at a combined total of 24 points. He takes a brutal cleave swipe. You opened a wound upon his chest somewhere. He looks down at it. He was sort of leaning back, trying to feel for the bow behind him. Didn't really have his defenses up. He's like, I must give you more credit. Your sword prowess is quite impressive, my friend. And I gotta say, I'm quite impressed that you remember Halitosis Jones from that time back when I was stealing beer and not brushing my teeth as I was passed out in the back alleys. But here I am, not in jail. You have been my jailer many, many times, Rufus, and you will pay for all the lost time that I've had. Brudnir, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm gonna smack that lady for throwing her axes at me. But does Bill do anything? How about that?
Bill Magoo, yeah, he's got his big log. He's gonna walk right up to Milan, and with this gigantic club, old Bill Magoo takes 2 swipes towards Milan, and you just hear this sort of sickening crack.
Awesome.
As this tree stump comes around for the second time. It hits Milan in the side of the head because Bill's got no malice towards this guy. He's got no intent of saving his life. He's just another dude that's trying to F with them. And as he cranes Milan in the side of his head with this gigantic tree stump, the sound of the skull splitting and then the silence that's fallen from all the birds being quiet, they've sort of flown off in the midst of battle. You just hear this crack. And then the sound of like hard rain on a roof as bits of his brain pelt into the trees behind him. And Milan goes down.
Fuck him anyways.
Wow.
Wait, that wasn't me. That was Althea from the grave. All of a sudden you hear a disembodied voice. Fuck him anyways and his horse.
Yeah, her ghostly form appears and teabags him.
She's squatting.
Saved objects.
I'm thinking about bringing her back. I like her.
Yeah,
I had fun with her.
Do it. Yeah.
Where's... Oh, here we go.
Either way, if I keep up with Darren, I got to figure out a way to get Darren's AC a little better than an 11. Holy shit, a 2-year-old could slap him.
Here, I want to focus you guys' attention down here where Milan goes down.
Uh-oh. Bill, I see Bill, and I see...
To add to the story, we are going to Change this to Althea. Her ghostly form appears as
Shit.
Milan goes down. You hear the spectral voice speak through, or from the plane of spectralness. What is the plane of death where people go to die? It's not prime material. It's not astral. It's spectral.
Hey, no, not negative plane. Trying to think.
Delaware.
Is it
not
called
It's not ethereal.
the underworld?
Ethereal.
No.
No, I think it's
Oh,
ethereal. So you hear this sort of ethereal voice of Althea come through, and she appears for a second. And she says a few words, and she's like, I'm sorry, Milan. And then you see Milan Gilan's spectral form appear beside her, as if she's going to guide him to the ethereal plane. She's like, I apologize for killing your horse. It was truly an accident. But the one thing that you notice about Althea is she seems to have been pregnant at the time that she went down. And now she had a bit of a relationship with Thazit. Her spectral form has this weird...
Claw, you mean?
Wasn't that?
Sorry,
Claw,
Claw. Yeah.
wasn't it?
My bad.
She got around.
Maybe Thaz dipped the ink, if you know what I mean. He had a scroll in her, ink in
That's
her
right.
parchment.
Yep.
Right, your coil.
So let's. I messed my story up there. Althea has this ethereal
I like it.
umbilical cord that is coming out of her her midsection. She's got this look on her face of deep loss, and she's like, "Come with me, my child," she says to Milan as she disappears and guides him back into the ethereal plane. So yeah, you guys now know that she died with Claw's baby inside of her.
I'd like to add something to that narrative before she goes.
Sure.
And she did save his son. She said, "Have you forgotten? I did send your son to safety.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Come with me."
She did. And Milan, Milan goes, he's like, I was not here for my son. I was here to revenge the death of Jack. And then Milan's spirit and her spirit disappear. So, yeah.
All this for a horse.
Yes, it is. Okay, back
Those
to the
cold
story
rain
at
nights.
hand. Whose turn are we on here? I lost my place.
Who acted last? Was it Brendan?
Oh, sorry, yeah, we're on Brudner's turn. Magoo has just finished craning Milan Gilan into some brain splatter. So you have right here Gary, the Indian warrior lady. She's there. Milan is toast, and Brudner, you're standing right here. No, that's what you've seen. Okay.
Start with him. Get her. Take her down. Oh, fail.
Nice. That was
But-
the dog?
Do with the dog, yeah. Baron. And then I'll move up with Brudner. I got a couple more shots with the Iron Palm. So. Push. Oh, it's a 14.
That's going to hit.
Wait, no, it's a +3. So it's actually 16. So that works.
Okay.
For 13 points.
Wow, for 13? Okay. She goes flying back. Oops, I'm moving the wrong one here. Flying back towards the trough. And then she dies over in that area after you iron punch her in the chest.
Yeah.
Maybe
Baron
the
goes
face,
behind her knees.
maybe the
Trips
head.
her.
But yeah, she's definitely been iron punched somewhere. Sorry, Darren? Are you good? Sorry, you good with that, Bredner? You're good?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you've just iron punched her to her death over by this water trough. The camera pans over to Halitosis Jones and Rufus the Surf. The fucking Iron Palm. I shall never die. I'm gonna make that your new character.
All right. Kill this one first.
Wait a second. Darren, make me a Constitution saving throw. Natural 20, you get up with 1 hit point again.
Nope.
Okay,
So I changed that to 5.
change that to a 5.
What was that? There we go.
Around to my turn. I'm going to flip the rotation value down to 1. Halitosis. Now everybody's gone except for Halitosis Jones. Right? He's the last one. He's the last remaining survivor. He's pretty damaged. He's had his ass kicked quite thoroughly. But he's not done. He steps forward with his foul breath. He leans in close, a couple of swipes. He lets out this. He's like, "You shan't lay me in you shall not shackle me in chains again, you barbarian. I will become the terror of the trails, whether you know, without your say." Sorry, that's as good as I got.
Yeah. So that was 2 misses, right?
That was 2 misses.
That's his last dying halitosis breath then.
On one of those misses, the very last one, you bring your shield up in such a way that you catch him in the throat with it. Like it's almost like you sideswipe, and these spikes just tear open his throat. And Halitosis Jones, he goes down. He falls forward onto you, sprays you with blood, and the air sort of leaks out of his throat a little bit and out of his mouth. And with his last dying halitosis breath, his eyes close as he just sort of slunks down your body onto the ground. "You've bested me, friend." And he breathes right on you. Okay. Well done, gentlemen. That was my roadside battle that I didn't expect to take this long. We're at 9:40. I really want to finish this adventure today. Darren is down for the count, so I'm assuming that you guys mend him.
Yep.
Yeah. I feel it might have been a bit better if I hadn't shit the bed.
Yeah. He picks his bow up. You guys come back to camp, have some delicious turkey. Let's see.
Gary?
Yes, dear.
Alternative
bodies.
Once I'm up, yeah. Well, I was looking to see if any of these guys, like, I have simple leather armor. I'm just wondering if any of these guys have anything slightly better than what I'm wearing. Maybe a helmet or something.
Well, let's see
Or
what
something
they
they can
got.
add to it, yeah.
I'm going to deal this to you. Brudnir is orange, and Darren is blue.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Out of all of the things they have, the mundane items, these are the things that you find upon their persons.
Where the hell am I? Oh, there I am. Trying to figure out. What does this do? Fuck's sake.
What's the problem?
Nothing.
Nice.
Just trying to put it down on my sheet and then take a look at it.
Ardgar cider. Is that from the Far Long Lasts of Gartar?
What did you get? You got some cider?
Hardgar cider.
Ooh, nice.
Nice.
And what does this do? That's not
Ignore
too
the
shabby.
next 10 damage done to you once you consume it.
All right,
I
fantastic.
can't even read this. It's so tiny.
Hit all 2.
I am.
Yeah, or command or whatever your deal is.
Still
This
small.
is
Forget about it.
This says holy silver amulet, silver properties, an inspiring symbol of good in this world.
Okay.
Oh.
What does that do?
It
That's
is a
mechanically
holy.
speaking, it's just I guess a token to wear.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, fantastic. All right, so let's clean this map up. And because it is it is 9:45. I think we should just end this adventure here.
We're pretty inept. There's no way we're going to smash through the rest of the story in 15.
Right. That took quite a bit longer. I mean, we're 2 hours and 45 minutes just to go through the town. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll end it here. That just means that we're going to have to go through. This is the third part, right? So 2 months of this one adventure. We might have to play more, I think. I'm gonna pack this
Yeah.
map up the way that it stands, and we're gonna call her done there. All right, so you guys have looted the stuff. Bill Magoo comes back to the camp with his big stump. He throws it back on the pile. Brudnir comes back with the dog. Everybody's gathered around. You collect your wits. You search the bodies, and we're going to start with. We're going to end, I should say, with Rufus. Rufus, you've searched the bodies. You've come back to the campfire. Over the course of the afternoon, you guys are mending your wounds. What is it that you would like to do on an ending note? So you got a couple hours. You're mending your wounds. You're relaxing. You're having a drink. But you've got these bodies in the wilderness. There's some dead horses. What's Rufus's plan?
Let's see here. And we're too far away to actually venture back into the town, aren't we?
Yeah, it's a solid 3-4 hours to go back to town.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, at this point, I think just for Tad Aslap's sake, because we did, say we'd bring his horses back. I'm going to remove the head of Halitosis Jones.
Oh.
And then use it as a, this is the guy. I mean, obviously, because Milan Deland, his body's still kicking around, isn't it? Right?
Yeah.
It was just a spirit that left. So let's take the heads of Milan and what's his nuts, Halitosis Jones. So when Tad Aslap is all like, "Oh, you killed my horse," they bring him back. It's like, no, these guys did it. So we have something to prove to them.
Okay.
Yeah, remove some heads.
Okay, fantastic. That's fucking morbid.
Well, it's a thing, right?
Well, could we maybe between three of us we could make a stretcher and take his body instead, just a one body, complete body of the merchant.
I'm sure we could too.
Bill,
I mean,
Bill
that might
looks
be
at
better. If we're gonna go back in there, at least we could bring it back. We'd have a concrete proof, It's just a head is kind of gross.
Is there a bounty on any of these? Because they're bandits.
Maybe on the bandits, yeah. I'm sure that Rufus could talk to the knight and maybe get some bandit money. Maybe they got bandit tokens. You could cut off the bandit ears or something and cash them in for money or something along those lines. Bill's watching you chop the heads off of these things, and he's like, "Man, you guys are sick individuals."
Do you want to grab one of those axes? Because you were fighting with a log.
He's going to go grab both of those axes, I think. No point in letting them rot, right? He wanders off and picks them up.
I think there's a crossbow or something over there too, if you want it.
Rufus, you want to write down a couple of heads in your inventory?
I'm writing her down. Yeah.
Brudnir, what are you doing for the next couple hours while fucking Rufus is chopping the heads off of these guys?
Are the horses done? Are they dead? Could we nurse them back?
Well, I tell you what. You could use your healing potions on the horses. Each of you has a healing potion. So you go over, you look at the horses. They are bleeding out. Their hearts are still beating, although rather faintly, from the wounds that they took. But let's just say, for shits and giggles, if you want to spend your 3 healing potions, you can feed one to each of the horses and bring them back. Pour it over their wounds.
Might make this easier for us.
I think it will, because it'll be much faster.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Great, but what am I going to do with these heads now, guys?
Glue comes back. Bloop, bloop. Gray horse.
Well, we still Millen's head. Body, I mean.
All right.
Complete.
Take healing potion off.
Good. Expending some resources to bring the horses back to life. I like that.
All right. So no heads, if I'm understanding this correctly.
No, take them.
Yeah, good.
It's just Millen that's untouched. We take the whole body.
Halitosis Jones was the boss there, right? Or there was another guy that was like a boss too, wasn't it?
Did Milan have any keys or anything? Like or any maps or merchant?
Let's see. He is, sure. Milan has maps of the area, local travel routes and stuff like that in and amongst his person. Plus he's got like a really cool backpack that you can see that he's carrying there. that
I
has a
want his really
bunch of
cool
like,
backpack.
what's that?
Oh,
I want his really cool backpack.
oh,
Okay.
Maybe we
So-
all do. What's so cool about it?
Well, his really cool backpack has like spoons, utensils, pots, pans. It's full of little secret doors and hidden compartments for different spices. And then as you're looking at it, let's say that you realize as you're looking at his backpack, I'm going to give you my own personal magic item here. His backpack actually will fold open into a room that has food in it. Like it pops open into a tent.
Nice.
That can be used. Yeah, it can be used once a day, and this tent will have like a feast inside of it that you guys could sit down. So it'll pop open to a tent with a table, a couple of chairs, and some food on a table.
No,
And
portable
it's-
picnic.
For how many
Yeah.
people?
For 4.
Oh wow,
Set.
that's awesome. That's perfect for us.
That's great.
I'll make a card or something like that for this tent. But yeah, this backpack, when you're looking at it, this will be like just an extra item that you guys can have for the party.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's weird. It's got some unique runes on it. It's got some different things and shit like that. But let's say that you have to feed it your supplies, right? So it'll pop up into its own little tent and shit. You guys throw some food on it. It's activated by you expending supplies into it. Like you fill it up with your rations or whatever. And then once it's full of each of your rations, then it pops up into a tent that you guys can all sit in and basically have a feast with like, a hot meal and some wine and stuff like that. And then it'll turn into like a 4-person sort of nice tent. I think that's
Very
I think
cool.
that
Man.
sounds good.
Very cool.
Let me write this down.
I like it.
Um,
Nice, well done.
so 4 sort of 4 traveling rations to activate.
Okay.
And then it'll turn into a really nice tent that you guys can like sit in, eat in with chairs and shit, and then sleep in at night. And then just
Yeah, we
fold
have a
back up into it.
portable tent gazebo.
Right. Exactly. Okay, cool. So there's that.
How to look cool while you're adventuring.
Sure. I'm
Glamping.
gonna say Brudner finds that. And Darren, what are you doing over the course of the afternoon?
Well, I mean, I guess licking my wounds. I'll scan around, see if these guys had anything else. If not, just make sure the area is safe for everybody before we take off.
All right. Fantastic. Okay. Let's turn Rufus around so that he's facing the right way. We got good old
Do one
Bill
more thing.
Magoo.
One small
Yes.
thing. I'm going to say a prayer for Althea because I think I'm the only one that knew her here, right?
Yeah, right.
Sure.
Oops, command print screen. All right, fantastic. Okay, so with that, we're going to leave it there. We'll pick it up next time in 2 weeks. What are we doing next week? We're doing wrestling with Uncle Jay, I believe.
Wow.
And,
Let's see if that goes through.
Yeah.
Right. If not, I'm full on prepared to run the next part. This is kind of.
I'd just like to know what's our game plan, though. If we continue on, like obviously next adventure with this, what are we heading back into town and then going back out again? Are we bringing the body back and the heads?
I mean, we could, or I mean, fucking heads will stay in a sack. That's fine.
Right.
If you're worried about a body, I mean, we can tuck it away somewhere. Otherwise, we're trying to cart a body around on 3 horses.
Okay.
Plus,
I
we
thought
could use
somebody-
the heads to like
Yeah,
fuel
but-
the tent, right? Because that would be like a ration.
And if I was a cannibal, sure.
Wow.
That's dark, Charles.
That is.
I think he deserves a hero coin for that one. That's fucking just
Yeah.
nasty.
Yeah.
One coin.
The fucking backpack opens up like an anaconda and just sucks in this whole body.
Well, actually, maybe not a hero coin, maybe a 0 coin if those exist.
I think I'm going to give Charles one for that, and I think that Charles might realize that this backpack's not too picky about what you put in it, as long as it could be considered food by somebody. This backpack might be all right with that, so maybe you could feed Milan's head to it.
Protein.
Oh yeah, yeah. But the question is, what does it prepare? Yeah, we go in there to eat, and we're eating fucking Milan. Good. Yeah. No.
I guess you'll have to find out next time.
One last thing, Gary. What
Yes,
would I
dear.
need to resurrect Althea if I ever wanted to? Let me know if that's a possibility, if it's even remotely possible.
Well, resurrection is a thing, right? I mean, they could dig her up and bring her back. 1,000 gold pieces, 1,250 gold pieces. It's quite a bit of coin, I should say, to resurrect somebody.
I don't think she has any money, so she's
Well,
dead.
it was a lot of gold, but I mean, every time I don't know, and I'm trying not to poo-poo on this, but every time we did Thazit, he was fresh, right? Althea is a totally different beast. To me, that sounds like a whole different, like a quest of some sort to
Yeah,
get
well,
like a
that's
soul
it.
stone or some shit like that.
I'd like to do that. I'd like to pursue that at some point. That'd be something cool. I might want to play her again if it's a possibility. I didn't know this is even remotely possible. If it is, I'd like to do it somehow.
Oh well, I
I don't
mean,
know.
fucking Thazit's on round 3 of life here. So, but I mean, every time he was done, he was fresh, right? That's all where I'm going with this. So, if we did if there was like a quest, like a soulstone quest or some shit like that, that'd
Said
be awesome.
otherwise, had I known it was good, doable, I think I would have tried right after she died. But I didn't know that was a possibility. That's
Sure, we can definitely look into that.
Yeah, no pressure, Gary. Just write it.
Yep.
Do recall that every time Thazit's come back, he has lost a bit of himself.
Mm-hmm.
So he loses a stat or an ability or something along those lines as part of being torn back from the ethereal plane. So, but yeah, that is definitely something that we can look into. That's cool. All right,
Have her lose the big bang spell.
Yeah, no shit.
Fantastic. All right, gentlemen. Thanks for the good times. That was fun.
Yeah.
Thank you,
That
Gary.
was a good one.
All right, I will talk
Awesome
to you
as
guys
always.
online. Adios, gentlemen.
Ciao, ciao. Bye.